we go.
This is wow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hot Toys Hotline. We got our normal crew tonight. Chris is actually here on time for the stream, so we're really proud of him for that.
Hey.
But yeah, guys, we got a lot planned tonight. We have a lot of figures to talk about, not only from Hot Toys, but from some other companies. And also, we'll be doing some unboxings. As you can see here, we've got Transport Trooper. Hopefully, Lane's Jango Fett shows up while we're streaming. We're going to push the unboxing off to later in the stream. That way, hopefully, he'll show up while we're on stream so Lane can show off his Jango Fett and kind of give his thoughts. I know I unboxed Jango Fett before, but I really want to know what Lane thinks because Lane seems to be kind of on par with what I think on most figures, so I'm really interested to hear his thoughts on that.
So he just wants affirmation for all his thoughts, people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's what he actually means.
No, I love that figure. Lane's a goofball. I love that figure. That's a great figure, guys. I'll tell you right now, if you don't have Jango Fett and you're on the fence, grab him. He's amazing.
You're just figuring that out now, huh? Not as big a judge of character as I thought.
All right, guys, let's get started.
Yep.
Enough of Lane's antics. Guys, this is one that I was incredibly hopeful for.
I knew you were going to want to go on this one.
And yeah, so when I saw this pop up in the teaser, I'm like, please, Hot Toys, give us this figure. Please, please, please. And they gave it to us. And not only that, they gave it to us for what I think is a very fair price considering the details and what it comes with. So we're looking at the price here, $385. Now, some of you might be saying like, "Oh, that's still a little high," and it is because obviously pricing is changing, and we're still inching towards that $400 mark. But at the same time, $300 mark on some figures, $400 on others, depending on what they come with. But regardless, like guys, like I gotta be honest with you, this is easily one of the most detailed figures Hot Toys has ever done, and I think that's hard to argue against because this is incredible. I mean, the amount of detail that they put into this soul cloak here is just unbelievable. And I love that they gave us options for display. Before I go through more photos, I kind of want to get Lane and Chris's thoughts on this one. I know I'm really excited and I know what I think, but I want to know what you guys think because I know this isn't one that a lot of people are probably going to pick up just because it's not like a definitive Doctor Strange. So what do you got? What are your thoughts on this one?
Chris, you go ahead, sir.
Yeah, because I'm going to keep it short. I think it's a beautiful piece. A lot of people I know complain about the price, but you do have to consider, again, inflation, plus it's Marvel. For some reason, they're more expensive. And then all of this detail, like, it is absolutely insane. And anybody who looks at that can't deny that.
I agree.
There's
Bob
just so much going on. What's up, Bob?
Here's what I think of when I look at like this image with the cloak. I almost feel like this is like that Hot Toys literally took one of those like crazy bases you would see like a Prime 1 statue have or something.
I know,
like, you know, maybe a Dark Knight's Death Metal or something like that has just tons of skulls or crazy stuff all over it. That's super detailed that eats up like 3 feet of space where you're trying to stick it, whether it's quarter scale or third scale. It literally, to me, looks like they took a base like that, crafted in such a way for a 6 scale figure, and then just made it so it's nice and somehow is able to attach and still have some movement or posing for a Doctor Strange figure that looks cool. I mean, that's literally what it looks like. Is they took to me a nice Prime 1 super busy base and somehow turned it into a cloak to stick on an action figure. Like that's what it looks like to me with the detail and everything.
If you're super into zombies, like this is definitely the one to pick up. Wow. And not just that, but if you also saw the movie, I recommend it. But this guy was definitely a pinnacle part of that movie.
Yeah. I arguably, in my opinion, one of the best scenes in the movie, just because of how like not only unexpected kind of, because the trailer kind of threw me off personally. I was like, oh shit, like whose side is he on? And once we saw the movie, I'm like, that is not what I expected at all.
Thought, was this going to be like an invasion guy from another
right? Exactly, exactly. Like, is he going to be going against our Doctor Strange that we know
or
and
trying
love?
to
like
eat our Doctor Strange?
Right, exactly. But guys, like, man, this
you
don't. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, I think everyone can appreciate the detail and the amount of work and R&D that went into this figure. I got to be honest with you, I was a little worried because I knew the amount of work that would go into a release like this, but I'm insanely happy to see it. I mean, you can see here, guys, like, not only do we have these awesome pieces here, which do have articulated arms. I don't personally, I haven't asked some of the guys from Hong Kong what the extent of the articulation is, but the arms do articulate in some way. Maybe it's just like a pivot so you can rotate the arm. I don't know if it's got a joint in the middle.
I do wonder how much space though this is going to take up, like width-wise, because I don't think it's going to be as bad. But this, you know how we've talked about even recent releases with wing, like the Deluxe Wonder Woman with those wings. It's not going to be like that, obviously.
No,
but that takes up 4 feet of space. But you've got the older Falcon, and you got the new Captain America Falcon with the wings. That one's going to be a big. So this guy, I don't think he's going to be like that. But that still looks like, you know, going out as it does, that's going to still eat up some real estate horizontally.
So,
and you know what's crazy though is all the times they want to do the diamond bases for other figures, they didn't do it with this one.
You're talking about
this guy has to weigh a lot. Yeah, you know the bigger,
the larger
diamond,
like Maul, like the DX16, DX17 Maul, and Neo from the Matrix.
And you would think they would just because of how large,
because of how top heavy is. So I want to comment on Lane's comment about space, and here's the beauty of this figure. One, the cape itself is fully posable, so you can kind of tilt the wings, if you want to call it that, forward, so it can fit in a DTOF or a smaller display a little bit easier. Not only can you do that, but you can also take all of this stuff off of the figure, which is, again, just adding, in my opinion, more value to this figure because you have so many different display options. Sometimes you might want to display them without the soles and the cape on. I don't know why you would, but if you want to save space or if you just want to change it up, you can do that, which I think is amazing. I think it's not only thinking outside the box, but it's so here's actually, while I'm saying that, you can see right here how far forward they have this part of the Cloak Pose, which is, again, amazing because people who have DTOFs or displays that are smaller than like a Maju case style case, you have different options for display, so you don't have to exactly count this one out like you would have with, say, the Wonder Woman 84 with the gold armor, because she was so massive, like you have to dedicate that space. This one you have options, which I think is amazing.
Dude, this is also a big shout out to Hot Toys. Like, you're zooming in there, like I was looking at that sculpt. It's still, you can see Benedict Cumberbatch in there.
Right. Among all of the dead flesh and such, it's amazing that they still managed to capture the likeness so well.
Well, and they did it. I mean, considering this guy was almost all CGI, like they were having to do that. I would definitely say this looks like an enhancement over, say, like Mando Luke.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people saying that they thought this figure looked better than the CGI. Yes, it is. This is Lane Kramer.
They're only saying that because this is literally my 5th stream in 5 days on 5 different channels.
Lane the legend. That's what I said. The wizard. Lane the wizard.
Yeah. Lane's everywhere.
Just the fool who didn't look like and go, hey, I can. Oh, wait a minute. Like, I didn't think about if anything else I wanted to do in the evening after work.
Yeah, right. Lane just has a limited time. If you guys need him on your stream, just hit him up. I think for me, how I kind of want to pose him is kind of like similar to this photo here. How he's kind of like, you know, when he's fighting Wanda and he's kind of sending the souls after Wanda. I think that's going to be such an amazing posing opportunity there. But guys, I literally could not be more excited about this figure. This is one of those figures I saw and I'm like, oh, that's mine. I'm getting that. Kind of like when we saw Doc Ock and when we saw Green Goblin and things like that. It's like those figures I can't pass up. Here's a shot of him. Like I was saying, the parts are removable. Here's a great shot of him, and he still looks awesome with just the arms. Like, you have so many options for display with this figure. That's really what I want to stress.
Is this one, though, you guys think you're going to need to like pre-order, do ahead of time? Because this could be one, because of the price point, could sit for a while.
That's
so you
a great shot.
Wait a while before picking it up. You know?
I wouldn't rush.
Marvel is in that state right now.
They are, yeah. I mean, this one, it definitely has like future Grail status well into the future. I think
you might have to own it for a few years.
Yeah. Marvel's in a weird state right now where kind of everything sells for less than retail the moment it hits your doorstep. But yeah, I still think this one has a lot of potential in the secondary market in the future, though, because it's such an incredible figure. And not only that, it is a niche figure, so a lot of people aren't going to see the need to grab this one. We're going to briefly touch on the other two Stranges, just so you guys can kind of see your options right now. And we'll kind of get an idea of what we think people will go for as opposed to this one. Because not everybody is going to buy 3 or 2 of every character. A lot of people just want that one that represents the character that they want it, the way they want it represented. So a lot of people are going to pass on this one, believe it or not, I think. Amazing head sculpt. You can even see like the stubble here among the undead flesh. And the eyes too, man. Look at the color on those eyes. It's just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I think if this is the last figure they put out for, which probably more than likely I think it will be for Multiverse
unless we get
Madness,
Wong or American
Chavez, or something. Yeah. But well, I think we're about to head straight into Love and Thunder. I think there are going to be more figures for that movie.
We'll probably get at least 2 or 3 Thors from that movie. I think.
But I think the way they have organized it, just the functionality for this figure is great. I think that's one thing we can say for all the Multiverse of Madness figures for Doctor Strange. This movie, all 3 figures that have been released for it, if that's it, like this is the last one, this is going to be the main thing from it. There's a lot of different functionality, posability, and look to all 3 figures. So I think from a creative level, I think that for this movie for Marvel Figures has been absolutely like knocked out of the park. I think they've had something interesting. Or did they reinvent the wheel? I think this one probably shows the most innovation, obviously, for any of their figures for a bit. But I think all 3 of the figures for this movie, there was time, effort, and other things put into this would make me say, you know, if you only are picking up from certain movies figures and stuff, that even though they're a little bit more expensive, some of these, this is a movie that's worth getting, maybe looking at getting the entire series of it. I mean, not if they're doing, it's hard for me to say if they were doing 6, 7, 8 figures for a movie and stuff. Yeah. That's hard for me to say buy them all. But I think you can buy all 3 of these.
3 or 4, yeah, depending if we get Wong or America Chavez. I agree.
Give us Wong.
People in the chat, yeah, come on, man. Like, Wong has been done so dirty. He's such an incredible character, and we need a figure of him.
More like he's starting to approach Tony Stark level of movies.
Right, he's been in both of the big.
Just give us one. If we can do Gilgamesh, we can do one.
Right,
give us one.
Right.
We just need one. We're good.
Is this? I want to ask you guys in the chat regarding the Dead Strange. Is this something that you guys are picking up? Because again, I know this is kind of a niche figure. This isn't going to be for everyone. I think everybody can appreciate it for what it is. But if you're trying to conserve space in your display, if you're not into buying like multiple generations of a figure, I could see a lot of people passing on this one. So I'm just curious from you guys in the chat if any of you are picking this one up. Again, me, 100% absolute yes. No question. I don't care if I go completely bankrupt. I'm getting this one.
So when you're living in your cardboard box, you got that to keep you company?
Exactly. I'll be in my cardboard box with my displays. And
right alongside Paradox Nerd.
Yeah, exactly. Not pick it. I feel you, Danny. Like I said, if you're a Marvel collector, a lot of people aren't into buying generations of figures, and that's probably the smart way to go about it. That way you can kind of fill in your collection more with more characters. But again, this one for me is a definite yes. Doctor Strange is actually my personal favorite Avenger, so I'm grabbing all the Doctor Stranges that I can. Yeah, I won't be getting the movie one, but I could definitely agree with that, Aaliyah. Absolutely, not a need.
Wait, so what you're saying is you're going to be picking up that Ash Williams figure to stay.
Yeah, that was the fiance, by the way.
Oh, I know. I didn't know if you wanted me to say it or not, so I was just pretending.
No, it's all good. I'm glad she's watching, though, but I agree with her anyway. I don't want it either. So.
Boston, I feel like your wife always grabs the coolest stuff for you, so that's awesome that you guys kind of share your collection, and she grabs some stuff and you grab some stuff. I wish I had help with buying my stuff, so I'm jealous of that for sure.
I wouldn't mind that either.
Again, always got to shout out Boston Collectors. If you're in here and you haven't seen his channel, check out his channel. We're going to keep bugging him until he comes on stream. Definitely going to keep bugging him until he comes on stream. Absolutely. Let's move on.
He hit 1,000 subs yet, right? I think last time I looked, I've been looking at it, but
I think so. I honestly haven't paid attention to his sub count. He puts out so many videos, I kind of watch him as I can. But
So what Chris is saying, he's been watching you, Boston. So there you go.
Yeah, I've been watching you closely. I feel you, Clone Trooper.
No, because I just wanted to say congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. If you did hit 1,000, I'm not positive, but if you did,
He
congratulations, man.
He did. I just looked.
I feel you. But again, it's still cool that you guys can kind of grab stuff together, and then you have a more complete collection because of that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to talk about, obviously, our other options for Doctor Strange.
Hey, it's Dr. Boring.
Hey. This one is still cool. This one is still cool. Boston says, appreciate the love, collecting madness. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for always supporting us. Every time we have a stream now, it seems like you come out, so we really appreciate that. But, again, you still have to come on stream with us. That's when you'll really support us.
And then he will unleash on you.
Yeah, I got to guilt trip him. But anyway, so I can't help but to say that this one kind of had the limelight stolen from it twice over now. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people canceled this one, not only for the much more definitive, in my opinion, Multiverse of Madness one that we're going to take another look at, but this Dead Strange. Some people that are weird like me, they might just want the Dead Strange and be cool with that.
But they're all
$200. Yeah, so they're all expensive. So because of that, you're going to have to come down to a decision between which ones you want to buy. Whether you want to buy one or two or just one, you're going to have to make that decision. And I could see why a lot of people would be like, I think that the Multiverse of Madness one comes with more things that are more related to a definitive Doctor Strange with all the different spells and such, as opposed to this one, where this one is kind of showing us a moment from a film, if that makes sense. With that being said, though, I still really think this figure is awesome. But again, I could see why a lot of people would be passing on this one. Obviously, if you've seen No Way Home, you will recognize this little cauldron that he comes with. This is where he casted the spell that kind of messed up everything. Oh, looks like Sean's here. Let's let Sean in. What is up, Sean? Glad you made it out, man. So we just got done talking about Dead Strange. I don't know if you caught that before you hopped in, but now we're kind of going through the other two options for Doctor Strange. I know you talked about this on Nate's stream. But yeah, so we're talking about this one and kind of how we feel like this one kind of had the limelight stolen from it because of not only the Dead Strange, but the Multiverse of Madness version. I don't think that makes this a bad release at all. I just think it kind of got outshined by better options. With that being said, though, it is the cheapest of the bunch, which isn't saying much because it's still a $315 price tag, but I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. I know Boston in the chat said he's passing on this one. The other thing about this one, too, it does have more of a space dedication because of the size of the base. Yeah. So I could see that deterring some people as well because everyone likes to save space where they can if they're not crazy.
I think they all take up a relative amount of space. I don't know if there's exactly one we're saving tons more space than the other.
They do. I think the Multiverse of Madness probably takes up the least amount of space. Or if... of course, we're talking about the clean one when we say Multiverse of Madness. The Dead Strange, obviously, if you take the cape and such off, you can kind of save space there. But regardless, what do you, Lane and Chris, what do you think of this one in terms of comparing it to the other two and where it could fit in some people's collections?
Well, I am still indecisive as I don't know what. I think I want this one, but I also want the Multiverse of Madness. I still haven't made my decision. I agree with Boston. The diorama base part, that's cool. That's actually the only reason I would pick this one up. It would probably fit in if you collect a lot of Spider-Man. This one may be a better choice for you. And the reason I'd be leaning with the other one is because I do plan on picking the Scarlet from that film. So it would kind of, what's up? It would kind of blend in more, or complete that kind of set if I had him with her, and then the cape thing. You guys hear me? That it does.
Yeah, we can hear you, Sean.
But
can you hear us? I think he can.
I heard him.
I can hear him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Finish your thought.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, the big thing is, like, they're both Doctor Stranges. They both look good to me. I think it's going to come down, because I'm an accessory guy, it's going to come down to, like, what I want for my display, because I really like this table, but then I really like that you're able to pose like with the cape and stuff. And it may sound stupid to some, but like I like, it gives whatever I want in my display or whatever, how I want it to look, that vision, and with whatever other figures that I have.
Right. So kind of going off of what you said, Clone Trooper says, given the similarities between most of these figures, the accessories are a big deciding factor, and that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Lane and Sean have to say about this one. I'm sure Lane's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want that. Get that off my screen." Lane, what do you think of this one?
I don't want that. Get it off my screen.
Okay, that's what I thought we were gonna hear from Lane.
Yeah. No. It's just, I think it looks fine, but I'm not. I'm not a Doctor Strange fan enough to want to buy a Hot Toys figure of him.
Okay.
And in this one especially, I'm just kind of like, this is bit player Doctor Strange from. If I was okay, that was mean. There's so many other figures from No Way Home that I would get over this and everything, and we have two other. I'm just gonna say I do find this kind of, even though I know Dead Strange kind of totally different with it's looking to say, it's still a Doctor Strange at the end of the day. It's a Doctor Strange figure.
Absolutely.
Whether it's zombie, mind controlled, Doctor Strange, or whatever. It's still a Doctor Strange. It is baffling to me to have within like 5 months have 3D figures of the exact same character. Now, obviously, I'm not saying this one looks like Dead Strange or anything like that, of course.
Yeah,
my glasses aren't that bad. but it's 3 figures that are going to, I think, cannibalize each other. Now, this guy, I think, is going to end up being the one because there are too many other there's a lot of figures already from No Way Home. And we haven't even possibly had 2 other Spider-Mans from that yet.
We're going to get them. It's just when, who knows.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as even right now,
right,
we've got like what, 5 or 6?
Quick math. You're asking me to do quick. So we got
there's the 2. There's the
3 Spider-Man figures. We got 3 Spider-Man figures.
Well, one of them's a deluxe and one's a not.
Well, no, we got black and gold suit. We got
that one's
integrated suit. We got the battling movie promo one. So there's three Spider-Man figures so far.
And then we've got
Doc Ock.
We've got the
Electro.
Green Goblin and Electro.
So that's
we got 6 already.
And then 7 with the Strange.
Mm-hmm. So I think he's number 7 out of 7. More than likely people buying this particular one.
Yeah.
I think there would be more people interested in like Zendaya, Mary Jane or something, because she's a main character in 3 movies or something.
And I don't think we'll ever get her or Ned. I just don't see that happening.
Only way we'd got Ned Leeds if he actually become a variant of him was the Hobgoblin.
Well, yeah,
or something like that.
now he's doing magic, so maybe as he develops as a character, maybe
he can become Demon Goblin. Or Demogoblin if they turn him into like a variant who's a girl or something. Because Demon Goblin's Demogoblin right now. But that being said, like I don't think it's a bad figure, but if you could track down, say, Infinity War Strange, like you wouldn't want to wait till 2 years from now. The Dead Strange, I think, is showing 2024 now, actually on Hot Toys website.
Let's see real quick.
Someone had mentioned
the way you said that, Hot Toys website. Oh, it's December 2023 still. Maybe
no. On Hot Toys website.
Oh, you did say Hot
Toys.
The
Hong Kong.
Forget I just said anything.
I think it's someone mentioned the other
that
day
website is out of my memory bank because it's so trash. That website is so trash.
Well, it doesn't load ever.
Yeah, it's trash.
You're better going to the Facebook if you're trying to look at anything.
All right.
But
sorry to cut you off. I want to hear what Sean thinks, because I think Sean was in the same realm as me where like Dead Strange was number 1 because I was so hyped for that Dead Strange. Where are you sitting with the Doctor Stranges, Sean?
So Dead Strange is number 1. Can you guys hear me all right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear you. It sounds good.
Okay, good. It's a new headset, so I wanted to make sure you guys could hear me.
Yeah, it sounds good.
So I like this version over the Infinity War version. It's especially with the base.
Yeah.
And how it lights up looks really cool. But Dead Strange, I think, is awesome and would be my number 1. Just because of how much detail and work is put into it. It's really unique and specific, and that's what I really like about it.
Agreed.
Because it's literally strange. You know, not meaning a pun or anything at all, but it's completely strange to have
when you said that. I'm like, yeah, he's right. It is. I thought that's what you meant.
It is like completely strange. Like you're gonna have all these, you know, colorful characters, and you got this Evil Dead crap.
Right, exactly.
It's like right there, but it's not crap. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're saying. I completely agree, and I think like I said earlier before you came on, that kind of makes it a niche type figure because a lot of people may not think that fits in their collection, even though it was a great scene in the movie. Some people might just be like, look, I got all these normal characters, and then I got this zombie Doctor Strange. Especially if you're not picking up the new Wanda, like I could see where it doesn't make sense in a lot of collections. For me, though, 100% buy. Like when I saw it, I'm like, just take my money. I don't care what the price is. I'm glad the price was more reasonable than a lot of people were thinking. I remember Doc Smizzle said it was going to be like $500, and we kind of ragged on him about that. But,
yeah, let's not get this. Hey, this ain't in art. This is Hot Toys. We're talking about different classes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but no, I think the price point's very fair for what we're getting. Again, I think it's one of the most detailed figures we've seen from Hot Toys to date. It's easily up there in the top 5 at least. But yeah, I totally agree, Sean. I think the Dead Strange is number 1 for me, which is hard to say because, of course, like the Multiverse of Madness, I do think that's like the definitive Strange, and we'll pull that up here now while we're talking about it. But the Dead Strange, man, that's just like it's just Hot Toys showing what they're capable of. Oh, of course, the moment I say something, Doc's here defending himself.
That was
Doc,
perfect timing.
Doc, we love you, man. And I think you were very humble in defeat. You were very humble in defeat, which I could respect. So, and like you said, you're glad that it came in cheaper. Of course, we're all happy that it came in cheaper. So
yeah, we're not going to go, boo, it wasn't $500. What are you doing?
It's funny that he says he ate that crow because we're going to be talking about the crow soon because we're talking about this Dead Strange. It just kind of fits. But I just want to touch on what Danny said here before we talk about this last Strange here. Danny said, Hot Toys is competing with themselves with announcing multiple versions of the same character at the same time. Yes and no. Because here's the thing. Hot Toys does this very often. We've seen it with a couple examples here. We got multiple Wandas here. We got multiple Visions. We've got multiple Mandos. Many different troopers. But here's the thing. Hot Toys knows, and speaking of troopers, Hot Toys knows that people like me and people like Sean just love their troopers. And so you buy a bunch of these different troopers because you want to fill in your collection with different troopers and such. Same way I like to collect different moments and different variations of characters. So I love having both Mandos. And Hot Toys knows that there's enough people that buy into multiple iterations of the same character to where they're comfortable doing that. They've been doing it for years, and they're going to continue to do it. So I get what you're saying. A lot of people, again, won't buy into multiple iterations because of space and money. But at the same time, I do think that Hot Toys makes enough money off of it to continue doing it, and that's why they continue to do it. So very good point. But again, I do think that they do it for a reason.
Yeah, they also there's people that also buy, 2 figures that are the same just because one's helmeted and one has a head sculpt just for display purposes.
That's true. Sean, I haven't looked at your collection enough. Do you ever buy multiples of troopers if they come with a head sculpt so you can kind of have both variations? I know we're kind of going off topic, but that's a good point that you brought up. Oh, we can't hear you for some reason. Are you muted? It doesn't say you're muted. Can you guys hear Sean?
No.
Am I going
do.
crazy?
Actually,
oh, there we go. Cool. So you do buy?
Like, for example, I mean, this isn't a trooper, but the Infinity War Spider-Man.
The Iron Spider.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. So the Infinity War Iron Spider, I would buy like how it had 3 different heads. You have the head sculpt, and then you have the 2 different masks. So I actually went on eBay, started looking for 2 extra bodies, and then used all the extra accessories to have the 3 of them working together.
I'm guilty of that.
For troops,
too.
I'll do the same thing.
Like Captain Rex, for example. Did you do that with Captain Rex and Cody, like the 2 big ones?
Yeah, here I can actually show you. Hang on.
Cool. Yeah. Let's pull Sean up here. I know we're going a little off topic, but it was a good point brought up by Chris. So I want to touch on that. Yeah, Danny, a lot of people have their little rule with themselves. They got to get at least 2 of every trooper. I don't always do that, but I can see why people do. Yeah, so he does have 2 of Cody. I'm very jealous of that. That's one I regret not getting 2 of, because obviously he's been doing very well on the secondary market, to say the least. I love your 501st setup. That's my favorite battalion, so I'm very jealous of that. I would never buy that many, but Danny, you got 3 mud troopers too? I don't think I remember seeing this picture.
There's 6.
That's awesome, dude. 6. Oh, yeah, there's some in the back. I'm blind. That's amazing. I love the Mud Trooper. I don't know why that one's shooting down in price.
Dude, I think I saw his post on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did post in a couple places. You probably did. It's hard to forget. He's got an awesome collection.
Yeah,
dude.
I showed Kevin, because Kevin had all these troopers. I was like, dude, you got nothing on this guy.
Yeah, he's the clone master, clone trooper.
Like,
and him and Ricky Ma,
real.
they're competing for the top spot. Penn said, "Who wouldn't have 2 or 3 Codys?" Yeah, bro. I really regret not getting another Cody. But I'm happy to have at least one. I'll say that. I'm happy to have at least one, but I do regret not getting another Cody, because I would love to have 1 helmeted and 1 unhelmeted. I settled for helmet in the hands with the head sculpt, because that's good enough for me, and I like to do that with a lot of my named troopers that have head sculpts. But appreciate you showing us that, Sean. Your collection's amazing, and I love how you have it laid out. Again, especially the 501st. I'm a huge fan of the 501st, so very jelly, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, the rest of it's
Absolutely
being worked on right now. So
yeah, I remember you telling me earlier.
Yeah, half this room's in construction.
under construction. You got to put a sign up. You got to make a custom sign. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see that.
Let me pull you up. Oh, yeah, so you can see Sean's working on stuff in the back here. But I'm sure it's going to be awesome when you're done. You need all that room, dude, all those troopers. And I'm sure you have a bunch more planned. Kevin asked Sean, Kevin, Carter Collectibles, a.k.a. Kevin, he wants to know, how many troopers do you have?
I actually made a video on how many troopers I have.
Yeah, but you just added 1 more, so it's not up to date.
Well, yeah, but that's a death trooper. That's not, or a death trooper specialist. Like for clones, I have 22 of the deluxe.
Damn, bro, I got
13
2.
or 14.
You're crushing me.
13 or 14 of the regular 501st and 14 Coruscant Guard.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Respect. I forgot. Doc is another big trooper guy. So I have a lot of troopers in my collection, but I have like a variety. Like I've got Return of the Jedi standard. I've got Return of the Jedi Deluxe. I've got the standard and New Hope, not the 2-pack. I'll get that eventually. I'll swap my single out for the 2-pack. I've got the Shadow Trooper. I've got the Sand Trooper. I've got the Snow Trooper 2-pack, the Battlefront 2 one. So I've got a big variety of troopers, but I definitely can't touch Sean's like multi-trooper display. I think that looks amazing, and if you have the space for it and the money, like absolutely go for that. Like a display that I would love to have, which people have done, many people have done actually, is to have my Jedi Anakin with a bunch of 501st behind him to do the temple march scene. I would love to do that. I'm a huge Anakin fan. Anakin and Vader are my favorite characters, so if I had the space for it, maybe one day I will.
We have 13 combined now, but most of them are Kevs. I only have a couple.
Yeah, Doc, how many 501st do you have? I forgot. I know you were trying to get some more from the sale, but I don't know how many you ended up picking up. Danny said he has 16. We got a lot of trooper fans in here. It's perfect that we had Sean on today.
They're easy master. Money.
Yeah.
For Hot Toys.
And they just look great, man. I think Hot Toys does a great job, especially with the clone. Not only, I don't want to say especially with the clone troopers, but obviously clones are the biggest thing right now with Star Wars Hot Toys, because it's the 20th anniversary of the Attack of the Clones, and we're finally getting a lot of love for the clones. So Doc says he has 10 501st, 6 of the deluxe. That's impressive, man. I have 2 deluxe, and I have a sideshow 501st that I put the 332nd helmet on. So doesn't touch you or Sean, but I'm happy with my 3 for now. Maybe eventually when I have some more space, I'll do some more with it. But
that's all I got. It's not a competition, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a lot of people think it is, and it's not even a competition. Absolutely. Collect what you love. I mean, I'm not going to mention his name, but there's an individual who's trying to collect like 6 DeLoreans.
Oh, that's completely Nate.
I was about to say,
weird,
is that Nate
okay.
Army building DeLorean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's buying
it's
9
Nate.
of them. You hadn't heard, Sean.
No, I totally agree, Sean. I was just kind of humble bragging for you because you have an amazing collection. So.
I've been letting you know
thank you.
buying 9 for a couple weeks now.
Absolutely.
My brother, without me,
I don't know. I mean,
he plans to have 31.
That's a lot. But if you could swing it, like I said, it looks awesome. If you could swing it and you got the space and you got the money, it looks amazing. Like, I can't deny that. I wish I had something like that. But, again, I've got my humble DTOS right now until I upgrade to my custom displays when I build some more. That's what I'm stuck with. Let's finish up Doctor Strange here. We'll touch on the comments, too, while we're doing that. But, yeah, guys, if you're looking for a normal Doctor Strange, I think this is probably the definitive one. I mean, number one, look at these snake effects here, or dragon effects. I like to call them a snake because of the way they twirl. But yeah, dragon effects. Those alone make it worth it to me because those are incredible, and I love the transition between like the orange elemental effect and then the painted face. I think that's really awesome, and I think it's slick that Hot Toys went that route. I'm closing this. I hate this little thing. Nate never closes this, and I hate it. But yeah, this Doctor Strange for me is probably... in my opinion, the definitive Strange, if you just want like a generic looking Doctor Strange that goes with any display, like an Avengers display, I think he'll fit better than the Dead Strange, obviously. My number one is still Dead Strange, but the colors on this one are just so amazing. I love the hits of that like light blue going down the middle with the red trim. I think that's a really good, I think not only Doctor Strange, but Wong, I think both of their outfits in Multiverse of Madness were a great like evolution of their normal outfit. So I was really glad to see that they did a good job in that department. But yeah, guys, this one, price point, I did not mention that at the beginning, $335. Obviously, this one we're a little upset about the price when this first dropped, but then when we saw, like, for example, the in-art Gandalf, it kind of became not so bad after all. This one does come with a second head sculpt, though. This does have the third eye sculpt. Obviously, this is all we have seen so far from this sculpt, but I have faith that it'll look perfectly fine because the Hot Toys is usually pretty good with their Strange sculpts. So, but yeah, guys, is this one, if you guys are going for a definitive Strange, is this one that would interest you guys, or do you guys who have like the Infinity War, the movie version, is that like good enough for you? I personally only have the Infinity War one, but again, because Strange is my favorite Avenger, I'm going to collect as many as I can. So let me go back to the comments here. Doc saying he wants to army build the Grand Republic army. I don't blame you, dude. Like, we're getting so many cool troopers and such right now. Like, it's hard not to army build. And I love the variety of troopers that we're seeing. I know it's a lot of 501st stuff, but trust me when I say, like, Hot Toys is going to get their money out of this mold and then some. Like, there's so many easy repaints.
They're already doing that.
Right. Look what we've seen so far. We got a Chrome clone trooper, which we are going to talk about, but we got a Chrome clone trooper. So they're absolutely gonna get their money's worth. They're already showing that with the releases that we've got so far. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what else we get. For me, the biggest one I want to see is the 212. I know a lot of people, especially if you have Commander Cody, like, just give us the 212. And give us the 212 Airborne, please. Please, 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 Hot Toys.
I agree on that.
Yeah, we need those 212s, man. I'll buy at least 2 212s. I know Sean will probably get 10, which I don't blame him because they'll look amazing with Commander Cody. Clone Trooper says he only has 4 or 5 of first. And yeah. So that's where I am, Clone. I'm running out of space here. This is my Star Wars collection room. I've got a custom display that I built with Connor Collectibles in my basement with all my Marvel and such, which I'll show you guys one day when I get all the lights and everything put in. But yeah, I'm kind of short for space right now, so I'm going to try to limit my armory building as much as I can. But yeah, definitely agree there. Penn says he has 12 regular troopers and 11 commanders and captains on top of that. Need to work on my ratio. I agree. And yeah, bring the 212. We need the 212, man. Absolutely, we need the 212. That's one that I think is a very obvious choice. And I do think we'll see it here in the near future once they get all these 501st releases out of the way. I said it earlier in one of the chats that I'm in. But as long as we get 5s, ARC Trooper 5s, and Echo, I will be perfectly happy if they cut off 501st here and we're done. Like, that'll be cool with me. So, hopefully we see those too. I know we have the sideshow versions, but they're insanely expensive, and I don't think they hold up that well as far as the head sculpt is concerned. And I love head sculpts, so definitely hoping we get those from Hot Toys. But yeah, guys, I'm going to close out with Doctor Strange here. We've talked about Doctor Strange enough, but this is an amazing release. I know you guys have seen him all over the place at this point. But yeah, you have a lot of options for Doctor Strange right now. I wouldn't be in a rush to pre-order any of them. You have time. Save up those rewards if you're buying from Sideshow or any other places that have rewards. Save them up because these figures are getting super expensive, and any money off helps. Even if you get like a coupon or something from Sideshow, they're giving out these 10% offs like candy. That'll at least cover a portion of your shipping, you know? So any amount helps. So definitely don't feel like you have to day one pre-order anything. Obviously, the exclusive convention exclusives are a bit different, and you have to be a little bit more diligent with pre-ordering those. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, Clone Trooper, I'm picking this one up as well. I'm personally grabbing all 3 of the new Stranges that are currently on pre-order. So, yeah, Cody has nobody to lead, but he does look great with Rex and other troopers. You got to remember, Cody is the head honcho of all the clones, so you do have a lot of options with displaying Cody still. You could put him with Anakin, Obi-Wan, Rex, 501st Troopers. It doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of displays make sense with him, but still, like, we would obviously love to see the 212th. Moving on to something a little different, just because we are talking about the Dead Strange. I don't know, a lot of you guys in the chat who are younger, you may not have seen this movie. But it is one of my favorite movies, and this figure just recently got delayed, but I thought it'd be fitting to kind of briefly talk about this figure here before we move on to more Star Wars Hot Toys and such. But this is the Crow from Sideshow. We did get this release prior with Hot Toys, but that one is kind of aging a little bit. Still an amazing figure, don't get me wrong, but it is nice to see kind of a refresh of this character. I do think I like the head sculpt a bit more on this one. Just because it's like a relaxed look as opposed to like the teeth showing. I think with the sculpts that have the teeth showing, they're kind of situational on how you can display them. But definitely a really cool figure. But yeah, unfortunately, this one was delayed recently. You can see it now has a September to November release date. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Again, just briefly touching on this one because I know a lot of people want to talk about the Star Wars Hot Toys and such. But yeah, unfortunate this one was delayed. But if you want it, it is still on pre-order. You can still get the exclusive, which comes with the guitar, which is obviously a really cool accessory. So definitely check this one out if you're interested in the Crow, because he is still on pre-order. And the Sideshow figures do sell out relatively quickly, really faster than Hot Toys, in my opinion, just because they do smaller batches. But they do restock them. It just sucks because you got to wait longer to get them. When they finish up a batch, it does take them a little bit to put more up. We saw that with the Michael Myers and the Ghostface and the Freddy too. The Freddy is still on pre-order, so definitely a bit unfortunate. More horror news. This is the last of our horror news. If you guys are a horror fan, Trick or Treat Studios did put up their pre-orders for not only the Halloween 2 Michael Myers, but the Halloween 6 from Curse of the Michael Myers. I know Chris is eager to talk about these, as I am. Sean, do you collect any horror stuff? Are you interested in horror at all? I know Lane's not. Me personally, I love 80s, 90s, early 2000s horror. So this is definitely one. I'm not interested in the Halloween 6 because I don't like the mask. But are you into horror stuff at all?
No, not really. I've actually had to limit my collection down just because of like how much, based off a room. Like I have a huge room down here, but
I can see that.
Yeah. With how things are going and things coming out, I just got to keep my priorities for collecting. Like it looks cool. My daughter's into horror stuff. Really? I bought my 12-year-old Pennywise, and she loves that.
That's a great figure. It's so funny how many people grab that figure who like aren't at all interested in horror. They just kind of got FOMO'd and they're like, "Oh, I guess I got to get it because everyone's saying how great it is." That's funny though.
And
it's
before
it's a great
the
figure.
last,
I have that one.
Before the last Halloween movie came out, her and I were watching all of them together.
Oh yeah,
because you could watch them for free on Hulu. So we watched all of them. And we were ready to go watch the last one, and we got busy around Halloween.
Oh, man.
And so we didn't get to watch it, and then the next day they were all gone.
That's crazy.
So they didn't even keep them on until November 1st. So we haven't seen the last Halloween movie yet.
Yeah,
But
definitely a good movie. I mean, there were some weird moments with all these franchises where they draw it out like this with so many films. Like some stuff gets a little stale, but I liked it. You're talking about Halloween Kills, right? The most recent one.
Yep.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
That's the one we didn't get to
He
see.
got him. Cool. So, guys, the Django unboxing from Lane.
Django has made it. He is safe. He is safe.
Cool.
Well,
yeah,
maybe it's got a big smack here in the middle of the box. And
you'll be all
this
right.
This doesn't exactly fill me with a ton of confidence either.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree with you, Sean. There's just so much stuff coming out, and honestly, yes, this one comes with an extra head sculpt, but Trick or Treat Studios, even their prices are kind of getting out of hand, in my opinion, because they've always been like in like the $120, $130, $150 range, and now they're creeping up to the $200 range. So with all the options we have from Hot Toys, I could see why people would pass on this one. Even if you're a horror collector, like if you're like me, I'm hoping that Hot Toys does more Alien and more Predator and figures like that. So what's up, Ralph? Thanks for coming out, man. Really appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, so this is a really cool figure to me. Halloween 2 is one of the figures I actually am interested in because there's a lot of Myers masks that I'm not personally a fan of because they kind of lose that Shatner look later in the films. But this is definitely one I'm interested in, and I really like that they included the sculpt with the bleeding eyes. I really, really dig that. So I'm not happy about the price. I do think the price is a little bit high for what you're getting. And the thing is with like these Trick or Treat Studios figures, like the hands are a little iffy as far as the paint job is concerned.
And the coveralls.
Yeah, and the body too. I think the body's a little bit too skinny.
For that price, they should have at least, kind of went back to the drawing board for some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the Michael. Because a lot of the Mikeys that are out there, they're like kit bashed and stuff. And it's probably what I would do. I still have yet to have one in my display. Kevin has one down here that looks really good. And I'm just waiting for that perfect one. And if they do another one for the movie that's coming up this October or whenever it is, I'll probably pick that one up just because it'll probably be the last version of Mikey. And I actually really like the recent masks that are in those films, this recent trilogy.
Yeah, I think the 2018 mask is my favorite.
Yep. I was just going to say that.
Why was that? I don't know. The other one was just... I literally
just
had to
there.
look up. Yeah. Did they take it down? That was fast.
Well, I mean, Halloween 6, that mask is terrible.
It's trash. So. We don't need to talk about that one anyway because Halloween 6 is one of the worst Michael outfits in my opinion. But yeah, really cool that they dropped these. Again, the price is a bit high, but what are you going to do? The prices across the board with all these different companies are going up, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm patient. I'll have one day.
Yeah. With Trick or Treat Studios, the secondary market is very unkind to them, so you can get the stuff super cheap. So I wouldn't rush to pre-order this one. Guys.
If it's still there, Halloween might even do a deal later on this October or something.
Absolutely. So guys, I know a lot of you were hoping for the Ravager Thor. We did get one before we saw one from Hot Toys, which, guys, I think we'll see one from Hot Toys. They know that everybody's going to want this to go with their Guardians and such, so I wouldn't rush to grab this one unless you don't want to wait the normal pre-order window time with Hot Toys.
I would say wait.
Three things. What are those shoes? What are those arms?
What are those?
And he looks cross-eyed, bro, for real.
Yeah. The sculpt is obviously the topic of discussion because it's horrible. Like, there's no way around that. It's horrible. It has these like semi-seamless arms, which don't look too great in my opinion.
And then who decided when they were making this figure that they were gonna have like one piece of rooted hair or something?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
With all that sculpted work,
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. A lot of people are saying like, oh, well, you could just buy it and then swap the body and then swap the head sculpt. But guys, like, one, you shouldn't have to do that, and two, this figure I think retails for $155, $160 US.
No.
So yeah, you're paying $160, and then you're buying a Hot Toys head sculpt or a resculpted Hot Toys head sculpt. You're paying at least $30 there, and then for a decent body, you're paying like $30+. So you're in it over $200 for a figure that's very subpar in my opinion, and I honestly don't think the clothing looks that good either.
It's not mighty at all.
Oh, hey-oh.
What?
Mighty Thor, mighty.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
mighty.
it's not
Bunny.
He comes with
Bunny.
Stormbreaker though, right?
Yeah, so there was a picture, I believe, here with him with the storm. I guess this website did not list it. There is a picture of him with the Stormbreaker.
Yeah, he's like holding it. I saw.
Yeah, it's not even
it
worth
probably
showing,
snap-
honestly.
It
It's
probably snapped the arm.
The size is all right though.
yeah. For me, guys, this is an absolute no. I get people's point, like, and if you want to rush to get this look out before the movie comes out, and you're one of those people, more power to you. I'm not gonna discourage you there, but I just don't think it's worth the money. That's the best way I could put it. I just don't think it's worth your money. Wait for the Hot Toys one. We're probably gonna get 2 or 3 Thors at least from the new movie, just because they know they're gonna sell. So I wouldn't rush to buy this one. Boston said facts. I hate.
Appreciate it.
Why don't you just blank? I spent how much? Yeah, exactly. So Boston is agreeing that like you shouldn't have to buy something and then modify it to make it fit in your collection or get it to the point where it's suitable for you. Like it's a third party figure that you're paying $160 for. Like it should be good enough to where you don't have to modify it at $160. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Danny. This is definitely a big pass in my opinion. But again, if this is something you're interested in, don't let me discourage you. I just don't think it's worth the money. We got a debacle here. I know there's been a lot of talk about the Asmus Gandalf ever since the InArt one got teased. Everyone's wanting to compare the two and say this one's better because of this one's better because of this. We're not going to get into that too much right now, but Asmus did put this post up, you could see on the 6th, a few days ago, and they're offering an upgraded sculpted hat because I know a lot of people had issues with the hat on that figure. It just didn't sit right and it looked goofy. So they are offering a sculpted hat. But the weird thing is they're including this with Bilbo Baggins pre-orders, and any current purchases from the time this was posted. I'm sorry, from the 19th of June to the 2nd of July will include this hat. It's weird that they didn't try to make good with the people that already own this figure. They made a comment about the shipping being too expensive, but why not just say, hey, we'll give you this upgraded hat, you just pay shipping. Like, if you're going to make that excuse, you can at least give people the option to make their decision there. I do think it's really weird that they're just throwing it in with a random figure. So they're basically saying like, oh, hey, guys, if you want this upgraded hat, you have to buy another figure. I think it's a little ridiculous. I could see why a lot of people would be upset by that. Does it look a lot better? I don't own this figure, but based on the photos, yes, it is definitely an improvement. I just don't like the way they went about it. I think they should have worried about the people that have already supported them and purchased the figure first. They did make a second post about it because obviously Asmus has been notorious for doing damage control when things go wrong. You saw that with the Ash Williams. They were making a lot of posts, which is good and bad. It's good that they were at least reaching out to the customers and trying to make do. Obviously, there was a big mess there.
They
but,
had a lot to have to do for that.
Yeah, but so they said during the past few days we've had many questions of the availability of the wizard hat. Do not worry if you do not have Bilbo on her. This is only a wave of the giveaway. So they're basically saying like, hey guys, so sorry we made you get this hat behind a paywall, but we'll have more available later. Again, it's great that people who have this figure will be able to get it, but they should have taken care of them first. It makes no sense to put it behind a paywall and act like you're doing a favor for your customers. So this is a little goofy in my opinion. I just wanted to touch on that because I know a lot of people were asking about it in many different groups on Facebook. Definitely a little goofy. I don't know what you guys think of this, but there's not much to say about it in my opinion. It's definitely just a weird decision on their part. Yeah, so Bob is saying so long. Yeah, so I do think Asmus has its place, especially with these Lord of the Rings figures because they're so much cheaper. Obviously, when you look at the InArt one from what we've seen so far, it is a much nicer figure, but then you got to think about, hey, that figure's $500, so it should be. Yeah, they have Asmus seems to have a history of hit or miss releases, so it's unfortunate, but I
still thought
they stay
this
in the game.
was a good figure, though.
Right, I hope they stay in the game. I'm one of the few people that kept their pre-orders for the Asmus Ash Williams just because I love those movies so much. And I don't think it's that bad of a figure just based on the photos I've seen after they fixed all the issues. With that being said, I'm sure I'm going to think they're pretty subpar compared to Hot Toys and maybe even 3-0. Who knows? I've never personally owned an Asmus figure, but I would hope they're at least on par with 3-0 because 3-0 is also hit or miss. Bob said I guess Bob's not a fan of Asmus, and that's okay. Again, I don't have much of an opinion on them because I haven't gotten to purchase a single figure from them. Maybe when the Ash shows up, it'll really piss me off, and I'll be like, I'm done. I don't want anything from Asmus ever again. But I guess it's one of those things you live and you learn. If it shows up and you don't like it, oh well, never again. You're a big proponent of recycling plastic. There you go. That's a good way to put it. Let's get back into the talk about the Star Wars Hot Toys. Guys, we told you back when those Bark speeders were dropped that these figures are going to start moving finally out of that sitting in stock position that they were in for the longest time. And it happened relatively quickly. Of course, it had some help from that sale that was going on. I believe these were 10 or 15% off on the sale, which is a great sale. I don't know. I think there was either free or discounted shipping. It might have been like $10 shipping or something. But it was definitely a really good sale. And if you're an army builder, everyone, of course, was going to jump on that to get a brand new clone, especially a deluxe for like, what, $235, $230. Definitely a great price. Penn saying you're speaking my language. Yeah, I had to get the boring stuff that I enjoy talking about out of the way. So we're back to Star Wars. Sean, did you pick up any of these? I can't remember if you said, did you pick up any of these during that promotion?
Not from Sideshow.
Not from Sideshow.
I went to my local comic book store and they actually ended up having one there.
My store still has two.
I picked it up there, and so that was kind of a nice find to find out. I'm in Utah. There's only a couple places that sell Hot Toys. But yeah, it was a good find, but from Sideshow, no. I mean, I have a lot, so.
Yeah, so you weren't really hurting to get any more. I feel you. It's good that you at least were able to squeeze one in. But that's what I was telling people when we were finding out that these were selling out. There's still going to be plenty of comic shops, not only in person, but online, if you know where to look, that have these in stock for retail. So don't feel like you have to go out and spend like $300 on a deluxe or $285 on a standard. You still have a bit of time to where you can kind of catch up and find some deals with these comic shops. So I can't tell you any specifics because I haven't Googled any, but I know the last time we mentioned this, there were quite a few that still had them in stock. So you just have to know where to look, do some Googling, and I'm sure you will find some that still have them because that happens often.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you say? Check where?
I was going to say maybe check like Toy Dojo and stuff like that. They might still have some in Austin since they're 16 minutes from my house. They, I know through their website, carry a lot of Hot Toys, so they might have a few still in stock. I haven't looked myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of nearby me. Most of my LCSs don't carry Hot Toys.
All of my local ones, all of my local ones that do carry them are sold out, apart from the one that's closer to Chris, because Chris is about an hour away.
Yeah, the only reason my LCS gets them is because I pre-order them. Do it.
Yeah, especially if they're like a smaller shop. I don't know if yours is smaller or what, but if
I
you're
know
a
it's
smaller
pretty,
shop,
it's pretty big, but
inventory.
but comics are only one part of it. It does a lot of gaming and miniatures and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Toy Dojo's sold out. I just looked it up. They're sold out.
Well, sorry guys, Lane lied to us, so don't go to Toy Dojo unless you want something else from them. But you're not going to see a 501st. But they are a great site. Lane said really great things about them. So if they have something else you want, maybe consider picking it up.
I'm actually still thinking about picking up a Coruscant Guard.
I have one. I actually have them with my mall. I regret not getting two, so I might end up picking up another one here on the secondary market if it's super cheap, because they probably still will be for a while. Penn says he remembers during the sale there was so much. Oh, there's so much cheaper on Facebook and the aftermarket. Don't buy from Sideshow. Now who's laughing, bro? It happens every time. And you got to remember, me personally, I'm not like I have to have everything new in box, but there are a lot of people that really appreciate the unboxing experience of getting something new and being the first one to touch a figure. So if you're in that realm, like absolutely, that sale was a great buy. Like it's still a really fair
And let's
price.
not forget, these guys were in stock for a year, guys. So it's not
Right,
like
so
this was yesterday.
I thought
like
it was 7 months.
something like that. Yeah,
I mean, it might as well be a year.
Right, you still had plenty of time to buy them. And the other thing,
they were starting to go to people, I think, last June or July for pre-orders.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So as you guys saw, the wait list is actually full on the deluxe, which is crazy. Unfortunately, guys, if you aren't familiar with how the wait list works, if you didn't get on relatively early on, you probably won't see a conversion. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's usually how it happens. Not saying hop off of it because you never know, but usually with these wait lists, it's really like
the top, get lucky.
Right. It's like the upper 25% of the first people that hopped on, you'll get a conversion. But if you're not one of the early ones, you can kiss that goodbye. So I would never rely on a wait list if you're trying to get a figure that recently sold out. Again, you have other options, and there still are people in the secondary market that either don't know that the figures have sold out and they just put it up without doing the research, or they just want to be nice and give you a good deal. So definitely still have some faith in the secondary market. Don't go running to eBay though, because eBay is overpriced.
And guys,
I'll pick up a deluxe and a regular from my comic store and sell it for $500.
There you go. So if you want to lose money, go to Chris.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, and even then, there have been a bunch of these guys may not shoot up or anything like that, super crazy high.
Right.
Yeah, but if somebody does want to hit me up and you give me the money, I'll go pick one up and ship it to you.
Chris is a nice guy, isn't he? Or I was gonna say, Sean has his own factory.
Just friends and family, right, Chris?
Hot Toys. So just hit up Sean and maybe he'll sell you some.
I'm not one of those people who are snaky or do whatever. I'll actually ship it to you. I actually look for people on Facebook sometimes, like who are looking for it.
Yeah, if you guys want to,
here brand new, instead of paying that upscaled,
we have a special announcement
market
from
price.
Sean.
I'm like, it's still here.
What were you saying, Sean?
I was just gonna say, if you guys want a video, if you don't have a 501st and you want a video of what it's like to own one, I'll make it for you. I mean, everybody had enough time to go get one.
There you go. You can look at it and then think about why you waited to buy it.
And then next time you'll be like, I'll never do that again.
Exactly. Use this. If you waited, use this as a lesson. If you're newer to collecting Hot Toys, yes, you have plenty of time to pre-order these figures, but if you're waiting 7 months to a year, you can't be surprised when something sells out, especially when there's an announcement that would propel a release like this. Like once those bark speeders dropped, we all knew that everyone was going to go running for these clones. Not only that, but the eventual walker that we're supposed to be getting, if that drops, like a lot of people wanted to prepare for that. So it's no surprise that these sold out. We definitely mentioned it. You guys had a lot of time to grab them. So if you missed out, again, you still have options, but don't be upset because of them selling out. Just because that's how it usually works. And this one sat for a while. Even Dark Side Anakin, which is a huge grail now, that one sat forever. At least a year it sat on Sideshow. So definitely don't sleep that long on stuff, but don't feel like you have to day one pre-order. Like day one pre-ordering is kind of a thing of the past unless you're just stupid like me and you find a figure that you really want and you're like, I got to have it now. I just want to see it in my pre-order collection. That's what I like to call it. It's a pre-order collection.
Speaking of that Dark Side Anakin, so I originally, when I started collecting, it wasn't Hot Toys. It was the Sideshow. I had that old Sideshow Anakin. And they also, horrible. They both are. They did a Dark Side as well, and I always wanted the Dark Side. Well, Kevin got into Hot Toys, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for a figure at the time because of what you could get with Sideshow. And then when I finally saw it in person, I was like, yo, that's dope. And I had seen the Hot Toys Dark Side, and it was sitting there, and I was like, I've always wanted the Dark Side, but I wasn't willing to spend that $200 money on a figure at the time. I wasn't into it. And then here I am because I saw it in person. I'm like, oh, yeah, I definitely wanted this game. And it's just been,
it's one of those sold out lessons. Then, maybe we'll do a segment called Hot Toys Lessons. That's one of the Hot Toys lessons you have to learn is pace yourself,
getting into this game, you don't know that.
Right. Pace yourself, but know when it's time to grab something. Like you can't push it off forever because eventually everything sells out. That's just how it is.
Hey, there's something important to look at too, though, with the 501st. So the 501st was announced in August 25th of 2020. It was scheduled to be released October through December of 2021. It was released June 28th of 2021. So it was released early.
Yeah, I pre-ordered
I remember
December.
that. Yeah,
June 28th to the first week of June of this year. Everybody had a year to get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a year, guys. Like, you had plenty of time. Sean makes a good point. And this one was an early release. I remember that. This and the Coruscant Guard, I think, were both early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those
And it
lessons you
didn't
got to
take
learn.
that long for Sideshow to get them.
No, they were pretty quick.
Yep.
I remember that. I was super hyped. I was like, oh, what? We're getting Coruscant Guard? We're getting 501st? I remember that. Boston is saying he thought the 501st were going to be gone after Grogu's memory. Yeah, that was one of those moments, too, where I'm like, oh, there goes the 501st. But I guess Sideshow probably knew that this was going to be a hot seller, so they've been stocking them. It's kind of like the first Beskar Mando. They've been stocking them heavily. I think they probably sold over 20K of those first Beskar Mando, so it probably was very similar numbers on these, honestly. So part of that makes me realize why they sat for so long, but hey.
Yeah, that's crazy in this hobby too, because originally getting into this, a lot of people would think it's like other toy companies where if it sells out, they restock, blah, 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 kind of like Sideshow does sometimes. And when Kevin told me that they don't, and you see it sold out, and then that secondary market, bro, it hits you right in the heart.
Yeah, it'll happen sometimes, but it's very rare. If you haven't been in the Hot Toys game that long, you wouldn't remember the Attack the Clones Yoda, but we actually got like another wave of the Attack the Clones Yoda after he first sold out, which is that's when I grabbed them on the second wave because I was dumb and I waited on the first one. Yeah, so it happens sometimes, but you can never hope for that because it doesn't always happen. Like Yoda, for example, and Venom. It happened with Venom on Sideshow. We got another wave of the Venom, but you can't ever expect that because it's very rare when it does happen.
The second wave of the Yoda is better than the first wave. If you didn't know, there are differences between them.
Yep.
I have the
Which
second.
is part of the
Kevin has
reason I'm glad I got the second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this is another hot topic right now. So for those of you that don't know, this one recently had the 5-minute blue cart warning applied to it on Sideshow's website. And if you're not familiar with that, what that means is it's probably going to end up selling out soon. The reason they put that limit is because they're getting to the end of the amount of quantity that they have, so they're going to cut off their orders for them. This is kind of surprising. I know it was a convention exclusive, but like, for example, we got the Armorer from Toy Fair, and they kind of acted like, oh, there's not going to be many of them. They literally used the words like, this is a limited release figure, and Armorer is still in stock. With this one, the numbers have to be low. I don't want to say a number because I obviously don't have any insight on that, but they've got to be low on this one. If you're on the fence about this one, you definitely have to make a decision soon.
Yeah, isn't one of them blue screening?
Yeah, so this is the one that's actually blue screen, believe it or not, is the Clone Trooper, which is surprising because the Death Trooper has a limit of 2. So I would have thought that one would have blue screened first, but no, this one's blue screened already. Sometimes they do fake out, as I like to call it, where it'll go to blue screen, it'll sell out, and then the next business day they'll go back up. I don't know if I see that happening with this one. I know Lane, you're more going the Death Trooper route, but Chris or Sean, is this one that you're picking up? And if so, how many? Me personally, I'm only grabbing one of each. I may regret that later, but it's kind of a niche thing, and I don't want to fill my collection too much with such a unique figure that kind of has to go on its own. But yeah, how many are you guys picking up? For me, it's just one of each. I've already pre-ordered them. I actually grabbed them during the original pre-order window from Celebration. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually passing on this one, believe it or not. I'm one of the guys, I like to actually see it in the film, and I just never saw it. I don't have any connection with it, so it would just be a sore thumb in my display. But I do like how shiny it is. So when
It
you
is.
get it, I'll come over and look at it, and I'll be
Right.
pleased.
That's my excuse to buy it, so my friends can come look at it, and they don't have
And they
to
can
spend
do
their
it,
money.
and he can be like,
When my
gaze
girlfriend asks,
upon it.
yeah. When my girlfriend
Gaze
looks at
upon
my
it.
display and she's like, "Is that a new figure?" I'm like, "Yeah, Chris wanted me to get it, so
Yeah,
he could see it."
blame me.
do you
totally.
not see? Do you not?
I
see
will
the
be
throne?
sad though if I do see it in person and I fall in love with it. I'll be like, but it's all good.
Yep, and then you'll be FOMO'd, and then guess what? You'll remember this stream. You'll be like, "Man, I should have bought it." But I don't know. It's definitely one of those figures. If you don't have an instant connection, just pass on it. Like, yes, you do have options to where you can kind of make it like a higher ranking trooper in your collection. I could definitely see it working that way. But generally speaking, if you don't have a lot of room, this might be one where you just have the two chrome guys together as like a chrome display, like people did with those ugly stormtroopers that we got previously. But yeah.
Get the white gloves.
But yeah, Sean, are you grabbing any of these? We're going to talk about the Death Trooper too, but might as well talk about them both now. Are you grabbing the Death Trooper or the Clone Trooper? Are you grabbing both? I would imagine maybe you are.
Yeah,
you're a clone.
And why are you
I'm
grabbing 12?
I'm not grabbing
many
12.
Not 12. Oh, that's unfortunate. How many of each? At least 2.
So I ordered, could only order one of the clone, ordered 2 of the Death Troopers, and then somebody else who didn't want it ordered the clone. So I'm just going to get it from them. So
okay.
I'll have
So 2 of each. I
Yep.
would love 2. These guys are going to look awesome in pairs of 2. All troopers do. Like, pairs of 2s are... Josh Pence, what's up, man? I've been watching your channel for a long time. It's so cool to see you in here. How's it going, man?
I was just talking with Josh on
Welcome.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been watching Josh's channel for a long time. I'm glad, Josh. I'm glad to see that you're getting back into content again and doing the Hot Toys stuff. I know you like turtles and such, but I love when you do the Hot Toy stuff. So it's awesome to see you in here. So Sean's grabbing 2 of each. I'll probably end up feeling stupid because I'm not. Because again, troopers always look better in 2s. But yeah, I'm only grabbing 1 of each just based on space. But I think what I might do, and I've said this before, is I might take my Death Trooper and throw my real leather pauldron on him and kind of make him like a higher ranking specialist. I think that would look cool. So definitely going to go that route. Let me touch on a few comments here because we've been too excited about these figures. Penn says the 501st actually went in stock on Sideshow on 9/1/2021, even if it was an early HK release. So about 9 months. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I don't know the timeline because I'm one of those people that just buys stuff and forgets about those details. But yeah, still though, you got 9 months. You got 9 months to buy it. Like plenty of time. I think that's the best
And
thing
it
we
took
could
a
take
crazy
from that.
sale to get them sold out.
Facebook, yeah, exactly. Facebook user, how's it going, man? Thanks for checking us out. On the post on Facebook, you have to allow StreamYard to see your profile so you can show us your name. If you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. But if you didn't know that, definitely click on that link on Facebook so you can chat as yourself if you would like to do so. Josh says, "Oh snap! Thanks for the love, fellas. I didn't expect that coming in here." Yeah, dude. I actually bought a couple figures from your buddy Billy like a year and a half ago, and I thought that was really cool because I've never had watched his channel before, and then when he told me he was friends with you, I'm like, oh, I watch Josh's channel all the time. But yeah, Josh, I love watching your convention videos where you just walk around a convention and show all this random stuff that I don't even collect, like what are those? It's like knights, all these different knights and such. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the figures, but
Was it
every
Knights
time
of
you
the
show,
Zodiac?
no, it's like what are they?
Mythic
I know Josh,
Legion?
you Mythic Legions. Yeah, Josh used to collect Mythic Legions. I remember, and then every time he does a video at a con or something, he shows them all off, and I think they're really cool. Boston said he grabbed 2 of these. Yeah, again, I'm probably gonna regret not grabbing 2, but it is what it is. You can see I got DTOF still, so I have to think in the DTOF mindset until I end up selling these to Chris. So right now I'm in DTOF mode, so I can't go too crazy.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Chris-
I'm
yeah,
waiting
yeah,
on
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I'm buying all of them.
Boston said, "What's up?" Yeah, everybody knows Josh. The collector said, "Did this finally go waitlist?" Not yet, collector. Probably, I would imagine within the next week. I'm just gonna call it now. I don't think it's gonna last a week. The way people are getting FOMO'd and yeah, what's up, collector? Actually, subscribed to us last stream, so it's awesome to see him in here. But yeah, I think people are gonna start getting FOMO'd heavy with these over the next week. So I'm gonna say it's probably not gonna last another week. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm gonna say.
I'm always willing to say you're wrong, even if you're actually right. You're wrong.
Yeah, Lane. I know you love to give me crap, just like I love to give you crap. I appreciate it.
Yes,
the collector said, "Oh, so he's talking about the guy that's Facebook user. He said it's 2022. Join YouTube. Hey, I'm on Facebook. We got the Facebook group, guys. If you aren't in it and you're on Facebook, we're still on Facebook. So hop into the Facebook group. I always post releases and such in there, so you don't have to go to all these different groups. All of the release information will be all in one place. Also, please drop a like on the stream. We appreciate you guys coming out. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It helps us out. That number's slowly going up. I'm at a very humble almost 50, so we really appreciate that, guys. The support means a lot. Jason said, "Sup, idiots." What's up, man? Glad to see you stopping by. Yeah, Josh, I think it was you that showed that like crazy Mythic Legions display. It was like this like cave or something. I think it was you. It was in one of your videos, and I thought that was amazing. Not something I would ever buy. Like, it's not something I would collect, but I do think they're really cool. And I think there was like a bunch of customs some guy was showing off, and they were super expensive. Kumar, what's up, man? Good to see you. Kumar is one of our favorite supporters. He literally comments and shows up to everything. So thanks for stopping by, Kumar. But yeah, guys, this is a really cool release. I know Danoby is somebody who has seen this figure in person, and he said under certain lighting it kind of has a gunmetal look to it, which really excites me personally because I love the gunmetal look, and I kind of got that vibe from the Chrome Death Trooper. But yeah, really excited for this one. It was definitely one that I wasn't initially impressed with, but then when I saw the photos from Celebration, I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. I got to get it. So definitely got me there. Yeah, here's
nice. Gotta get it.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Gotta get it. That's all it takes. That's literally all it takes from me. I really love, I don't know about you guys, but I think Hot Toys did a great job here with the marketing on these photos, because I love like the green banner kind of contrasting with the green on the helmet. I just thought the marketing photos for these were really cool. But this figure looks amazing, man. This was the one I was initially excited about because, like Lane, I love the Death Trooper design. I think it's one of the best Imperial Trooper designs, in my opinion. So I don't care if this figure was blue or purple. I probably would have bought it just because I love the Death. As much as I hate those Chrome Stormtroopers, I probably would have bought this one regardless of the color. Red, I don't care. I would have bought it. But definitely super cool, and I'm excited to see this one in person just to kind of see what this like black chrome looks like in person.
Probably gonna want to use gloves when you touch it.
Yeah, these are glove figures. I'm not a glove guy. We got our resident black glove treatment, Bob Dylan, in the chat. He's the black glove guy. I don't own any gloves, so I'm gonna have to buy some when I unbox these. But maybe we'll do it on stream so you guys can see all the fingerprints everywhere. Right. Penn says the clone FOMO probably. I think the Chrome Death Trooper will hang around. Probably it will. It's definitely going to hang around a lot longer, I think, than the clone. Just even with the limit of 2, I'm guessing maybe the reason they put a limit of 2 is because they probably expect to get more orders for this one, which makes sense. I mean, a lot of people have Imperial displays, and this one actually is like, I think it fits into your display a little more than the silver chrome. So I definitely can see that for sure. Kumar says, I think it will still be available for the Trooper. Same thing with the armor last time. Still can get her rather easily. Yeah, I do agree with the Death Trooper, but I don't know if I agree with that on the clone. But it remains to be seen. I hope it's in stock longer than I'm expecting, just because I would like everyone to have a chance to get it if they want it. I know sometimes the timing isn't right for money and such, so the longer it's up, the better. Josh said, do you know Harold... Or sorry, Josh. Bob said, do you know Harold Green? You guys should team up. That's funny. Yeah, Harold's in a lot of people. If you guys don't know H Green, he's in everybody's stream, if you didn't get the reference. Josh said he picked up one of each. I know lots of people aren't fans, but I agree. I don't like the Stormtroopers. I just didn't like that like copper and brass color. I just thought it looked kind of cheap for me. But I know a lot of people dig them, so if you like them, more power to you. Don't let me discourage you. Oh my God, Bob, stop it! Bob always has some funny. You got.
You know, Bob's when you said black gloves, I thought of the same thing. That he does more than just figures.
Bob's always here for comic relief.
Yeah, Bob Dylan always got a glib. Glibber's got to be glibbing.
Exactly. But yeah, guys,
No, I don't know about with Kumar playing Harold and Kumar, so I don't know about Dylan's a stoner, but he definitely has the sense of humor of a stoner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Penn, that's interesting. I did not see that. I literally did not see that. He said Autumn said she asked to raise the limit on the Death Trooper, but could not raise a limit on the clones since they were selling better. Interesting. That is like the complete opposite of what I was expecting. Thank you for that. I did not know that. The collector said, I did DoorDash for 140 hours in the last 2 weeks and a second job. I have enough money in the war deposit. My wife can't say shit. Is that what you call it? The war deposit? Bro.
That sounds like not a healthy relationship there.
I'm running out of space. Like, I can't even imagine the explanations that Sean has to make for his stuff. Even just my collection, when my stuff shows up, I have to hide the boxes. And I'm running out of space. Like, I got to do something about these boxes because I can't hide the figures anymore.
I'm a single dad.
Oh, there you go. So that's why your collection room is so much better than mine, because you're a single dad and you don't have to answer to anybody. That's awesome. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, the only thing I have to answer to is my dogs.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. Hopefully my girlfriend.
No, they like this stuff. They actually encourage it.
Say
They really like
saying.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I
They
need.
give
I need
suggestions
somebody
for
telling me.
poses and
Yeah.
Nice.
my
I'm
kids
sure that
are
makes it
involved
fun.
with it.
That's
That-
what
I'm sure
I
that
want
makes
to
it
do when
fun.
I have a kid.
Me too. Hopefully I don't get forced to sell
Turn
my
them
stuff.
into your obsession. Oh yeah.
So
Like
my
he says,
youngest,
he runs the show.
has 5 Hot Toys.
I'm jealous. I wish I was. I see all the like. It's so crazy to see like the younger kids collecting Hot Toys, even on their own. Like there in the Discord that we have, there's like 16 and 17-year-old kids like saving up money and buying Hot Toys. I don't know if I would have financially done that when I was younger because I was saving up for cars and stuff. But it's cool to see younger kids getting into Hot Toys for sure.
Respect, better than drugs. I mean, never mind. This might as well be drugs.
That's such an extreme comparison.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
It might as well be the same thing.
Watch Hot Toys. That's their new slogan. Hot Toys, better than drugs.
Or
I'm
a different
gonna
type of drug.
trademark
That
it.
only
It's
leaves you
mine
broke.
now.
That only leaves you broke, not, and maybe psychologically broken, but not physically broken.
All right. Jason said, I have no kids at home. My wife supports my hot. That's awesome, dude. I'm not going to say my girlfriend doesn't support me, but she's not in the wrong for saying I'm buying too much. But that's awesome. It's always good to have support. Kumar said, I've been winning a lot of contests really for me to get these Hot Toys. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're just pretending like, oh, for me, it's always, yeah, I got a great deal. I got a great deal on these. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do, but other times I just got to say that so I don't get killed.
Yeah. It was a steal.
Oh, there you go. Sean, would you be willing to take Bob Dylan in?
That's kind of creepy, dude. Like, seriously, that's one thing I can't handle. If I go on a date with a girl and she calls me daddy, it's like lose my number.
Bob, I think you killed your chances, man, with that one word.
And, you know, you could have just stuck with baby like Austin Powers, but you had to go all creepy and everything. So,
oh, yeah. We were talking about Austin Powers the other day. That's what we need. We need a 6-scale Austin Powers.
Drugs and now
Dr. Evil.
Adult men calling daddy. This stream is going south.
Could you imagine if we got a 1/6 scale gold member?
Oh, my God.
And then everyone demanded the 1-to-1 scale key.
That's funny. Let me go back to Boston's comment. Sorry, I clicked off of it. Boston said, my wife encourages it too, but she looked at me like I was crazy the first time with the Apo. Bro, yeah, that one, that's a hefty price tag. So that one's hard to pass by. And the box is so big, you ain't sneaking in that one. I'm going to have to fess up when those show up. I'm going to be like,
I'm looking forward to when you get the tumbler.
I got a great deal. When I get Lane, stop. I don't know if I'm getting the tumbler. I'm getting the bat
shows
pod.
up. When the tumbler shows up.
Right.
In that box, you get to explain.
My wife
one.
never went in the basement for 10 years until the realtor walked with her. Yeah, I'm sure that was a fun. I'm sure that was a fun conversation. You pay yourself to go to Walmart at least 20. That's funny. Kyle says, "What's up, Kyle? By the way, good to see you in chat, man." He said, "This is a pass for me. I collect movie accurate Star Wars figures. Do you think some are buying it to flip? If so, bro." Like Danaby, I think, Danaby mentioned this. Like these figures are definitely flipper territory, just because it's an exclusive, and they know a lot of people are going to be FOMO'd once they sell out. So Absolutely, a lot of people are going to buy these up with the intention to flip, which I am not personally against because, again, you guys have plenty of time to buy them. So I don't think it's right to complain about someone trying to make money when they were smart and bought them when they were in stock and available to everyone. So you're definitely going to see that, though. So, again, if you are on the fence with these, make that decision sooner than later, especially for the clone. Just because I personally don't like to play around with convention exclusives. Yes, the armor is set and is still sitting to this day, but that figure's a little different. She had crappy single joints and the screws in the bottom of the feet, and that once all that stuff came out, everybody was like, I don't need the armor anymore. So yeah, that's what I need, collector. That's a funny point. That's what I need. I need a PO box. At least I can hide it that way. I could sneak it in the house. I could check my Ring camera and I could sneak it in that way. I could put it in a plastic bag or something. That's funny. The J&D box looks like a dishwasher and sounds like an... That's funny. Don't get the tumbler. I'm sure it's neat, but in all honesty, how often will you play with it, bro? Here's the thing. Right now, I'm in the lazy mode of I don't repose anything, so I don't have to play with the tumbler. It's just going to look cool. But the thing is like I've told Lane this a couple times. I loved the Batman film so much to the point where I think I might get the Batmobile from the Batman over the Bale Batmobile. Only because I think I like the fact that it's like a muscle car and it seems like more realistic that could be a car that could be made in real life.
That seems worse.
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
No. I'd like to be saying if you're
Lane
staring down the
Lane just wants me to buy them both. The 89 Batmobile is still awesome.
If you were staring down having to get the 89 Batmobile or that, I know which one you would be getting in a second.
Yeah, I mean, we're okay. That's different because here's the thing. You know what my thought process is, though. I want a vehicle for the Bale trilogy, but I would settle for the Batpod, and that would be enough for me. And then I could get the Batmobile from the Batman. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where my realm of thinking is with that. But
I just want you to go Nate and then buy multiples of all these things.
That's true.
So that I can point and laugh.
And then I have no room, and there's just a big box sitting in my collection room.
Yeah,
somewhere in my attic.
Like all your details are moved over to the left. There's just there's the vehicle boxes like up there almost as tall because you got like
that's what it's going to be.
You got them in there, so you have that like the tumbler. You'll have the DeLorean, and you'll have like the Ecto one all just stacked on top of each other. Yeah,
that's what's going to end up happening. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to get the Ecto one. I don't have any Ghostbusters figures, and those are so expensive. I want to preserve my wallet, even though I'm not doing a good job of that right now. I still need to preserve my wallet at some point. So, as much as I would love to get that, I'm going to pass on it. I'll probably regret it later, but got to have some regrets somewhere. The collector said you can funnel money out of your joint account by buying Visa.
Wow,
that's funny.
Is starting to get into some.
Yeah, we're giving you guys too many tips and tricks to avoid your significant other.
Hey, real quick,
Babe, if
I
you're
just
watching,
want to say something to the collector on his comment. How many people are sitting with their spouse right now and they're seeing everything that everyone's coming up, and they're getting this nasty look like, I want to see our bank account. Yeah, everyone's like saying this stuff, and they're just like,
I'm innocent.
All these people are like trying to hide the comments, like, no, don't look.
Yeah, exactly. We played ourselves, guys. We're giving them too much ammunition. We got to stop talking about it.
Unfortunately, I don't have to worry about any of this.
Yeah, Kumar, that's very true. Kumar says he'll be a bit hesitant to flip nowadays because Hot Toys makes so many. Unless you plan to hold it for a year, not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's tough right now in the secondary market if you're trying to make some money off of figures to fund your collection. A lot of these figures are sitting at below retail for a long time. So, again, you're probably right. These will be something you have to sit on for a bit. But if you're willing to do that and you've got the extra money, more power to you. As your kids are upstairs sweating. Penn, we got a few more things to get through, not much, and then we'll get to the unboxings. We'll let Lane go first because I'll be honest with you, the figure I was going to unbox tonight was the damn snow speeder Luke. And of course, I'm telling Lane and Chris in our Hot Toys Hotline chat, I'm like, man, I'm so happy it's going to show up on Thursday. I'm like, we're going to do our double unboxing. And then at work, I check my email, and I get a freaking email saying that it was delayed until tomorrow. So I'm sorry, guys, that we're looking forward to Luke, but yeah, no Luke Skywalker today. But because of that, I put my transport trooper back in the box.
So
we're gonna re-unboxing
Christmas all over.
What of the figures with the least amount of stuff that I've seen in a bit.
Exactly. So UPS hit me with the Uno reverse card, so I got to re-unbox, but it'll still be exciting to kind of share the unboxing experience with you guys if it's a figure you're considering. But yeah, we'll have Lane unbox Jango first because I know he's super excited to open it, and I already have my Jango, and I've already seen this figure, so we'll let Lane go first. The collector says he has years of experience. I could tell, dude. I could tell. So we're gonna go through briefly here the crazy amount of options we have for stuff that is currently shipping from Sideshow and other comic shops, just to kind of give you guys a heart attack and realize that you have so much stuff to buy still. But yeah, guys, we got a lot in stock right now. We got a lot of one-off movie figures, but also a lot of Marvel and Star Wars. More recently, if you guys don't know this, the classic suit Spider-Man is now shipping. Lane unboxed that on stream a couple streams ago. It's an amazing figure, so definitely one I'm going to end up grabbing. I'm going to ride it out as long as I can into the dangerous territory before it sells out, but I'm definitely grabbing that one for sure.
He's right, bottom right detail shelf over there. You can see part of the background.
So Lane really enjoys that figure, and he's got a funny little display with him, so definitely a cool one. Assault Tank Commander, that's one that a lot of people are going to start seeing shipping soon as they get more in. But that one is actually still currently add to cart. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you'd be surprised though. Some of this stuff went add to cart, but it's still not shipped to some people for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with that. It might just be
maybe too much stuff. I think it's probably too much stuff.
Probably
I think Sideshow's just their warehouse stuff is just overwhelmed because they had so much crap.
I think so. So they're taking a little bit to get to the orders that are outstanding. Yeah. This is my next purchase, guys. I have my 10% off codes. Lane knows especially that I really want this one, and he got it and rubbed it in my face. So I gotta make up for that by getting it myself. Did you? They have them in stock at your store. That's cool.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them in person.
The classic suit, Spidey.
That's awesome. Sean, do you collect DC at all?
I do. I just got the DX19 last week. I just haven't opened it yet.
What are you doing?
But I've narrowed it down. Yeah, I've narrowed my DC collection down. I'm just sticking with the Nolan verse and a few Batmans that I like, and I'm getting rid of everything else right now.
So I only have one DC right now, but I'm literally basically exactly where you are. I don't care about the Justice League at all, so I'm passing on that. The Nolan trilogy is my favorite. I'm getting some stuff from the Batman. I'll probably go all in on the Batman. And I'm gonna grab the nipple suit Robin and the sonar suit Batman, definitely, because that as bad as that movie was, I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I'm gonna grab those, Robin. But yeah, for me, just Batman and villains and stuff from the Batman movies. That's really going to be the bulk of my DC collection. I just unboxed Two-Face on my Hotline Hauls video not long ago. That's a really cool figure. I'm glad I got it for a good deal from Pop Culture when they were doing that sale. But yeah, so I'll be grabbing this one soon with my 10% off and some of my rewards because I need this figure. It's such an incredible figure, and I'm tired of seeing everybody else have it. I'm surprised you've waited. Are you waiting for something specific, or you just have so much going on?
For me to unbox it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been, let's see, a week and a half ago, I had 9 Billy bookcases arrive. So I've been building them, right. tearing Besta stuff down because I'm replacing most or if all of my Bestas with Billy bookcases, and I'm double stacking them. In one area, I'm triple stacking it. And then I have more coming in tomorrow. So trying to get this done. I had to finish framing around my air ducts.
Sounds like you got a lot of work on your hands.
Yeah. Like that 501st Deluxe I bought, I haven't even opened that yet.
That one's definitely more understandable because you've seen them so many times. But yeah.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Yeah. I have no idea. But yeah, hopefully you'll have time to unbox them soon. You got to let us know what you think. Maybe we'll bug you to unbox them on the stream. Because everybody loves seeing us open stuff. I'm a weirdo like that too. For some reason, I like seeing people open stuff. I don't know why. Pen wants to know why you're replacing your bookcases.
Oh, I'm replacing the Besta with the Billy bookcases. So I'm using the Billy bookcases now instead of the Besta. Like, I know this is off topic. You want me to grab my... You want me to show you guys what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here, we'll pull you up.
Okay. So this right here are the Billy bookcases that I've been using. Right. So making them too deep. Okay, this is where my air duct is, where I've had to work on.
Oh, that looks nice, though.
Thank you. And then here's my ceiling. I got the idea when I lived in Vermont underneath a bridge.
I love that.
And that's kind of where I got the idea to do my ceiling down here.
Yeah, so it's like an industrial.
I thought the home came like that.
Yeah, that's
no.
Awesome. I love the industrial look. I think that's really cool.
So this is a Besta right here.
So I guess Penn's asking what made you want to upgrade to the other type of cases. I guess that's Penn's question.
Looks more open to me.
So if you look at the Besta right here, you're kind of limited on what you can do.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Okay. And then with the Billy bookcases, I could extend it out where on the bottom I can fit a 1-to-1 size bust or a prime 1/3 scale statue.
That's awesome.
That looks amazing.
I can...
I see what you're saying.
Make my arrangements how I want.
Definitely an upgrade, in my opinion, for sure.
Yep.
So these are just double stacked. So these have 2 Billy bookcases connected together. It's connected on the ceiling on top and 2 on the side, on the inside. So it's locked in place.
Okay.
And part of the reason why I wanted to switch, we had an earthquake here 2 years ago. And the Billy bookcase doors, when the earthquake hit, these were all popping out.
Oh.
And I had a lot of things break.
That's scary.
Yeah. So just like how I did this wall over here, I'm replacing this wall over here with that.
Makes sense. So it's kind of like you learned your lesson there. I don't blame you. That's scary. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine.
Like a regular Billy bookcase that's not double stacked is like this.
Right. Oh, you got the probe. That's so nice, man. I'm jealous.
So, and then kind of like a side-to-side comparison between the two. You have the
definitely an
Besta
definitely.
And the Billy. Now, these doors here on this Billy are a little bit different. My local IKEA never got the more light in. Glass doors like what are over here.
Right, it has like the slimmer profile in the middle. Definitely looks nicer.
Right. So I had to order them. What was that?
Can't you buy them separately though?
Yeah, you buy them separately.
Yeah, he's
but
saying
I just didn't know. I found them online, was able to order the glass doors that I needed or that I wanted. So that's when he's from Rogue 16. His name's Steve. He's one of the people on YouTube there. And he double stacked his Billy bookcases, and that's where I got the idea from. And he's the one who told me about the more lighting glass doors.
Right.
So I was able to get the information from him, and that's when I decided to improve it.
Very nice. It's always good when people share information, so you don't have to like waste your time buying different things and trying this stuff. It's like, this person's already tried it. I know what I got to do. The collector says, anyone else think that QC issues have increased in the last couple of months or last year? Definitely, as they've been trying to keep up with the release windows, you definitely have seen more QC problems. But the good thing, Quiet, Chris. Release Windows. But yeah, I think it's good though if you buy from companies like Sideshow. Again, buy from wherever you want to, but personally, I buy from Sideshow because I know, for example, like Jango Fett, when he showed up, I had like a dent in my helmet and a scratch on one of the helmet pieces. They replaced it instantly, and they're always good about doing that. So find yourself a good comic shop or a place that you buy from that will take care of you if you have damage on your figures or QC issues. Because then you won't really have to worry about that, because a lot of those comic shops do coordinate with Sideshow to get replacements for you. So definitely don't feel like you have to settle for something like that. Always reach out and see what they could do for you, because a lot of these better comic shops are willing to work with you. And I know Sideshow is. I can't speak for overseas. I don't know what the replacement process is like directly through Secret Base and things like that. But I know Pop Culture, if you're in Australia or if you ever purchase from them, they have a good replacement process. It just takes a while. But yeah, let's look at a few more of these releases here. They're going to be that are actively shipping. Maul is actually in stock for those of you guys that didn't know. So if you're interested in the Clone Wars Maul, he is now actively shipping. I did unbox that figure on stream last stream. I do enjoy it. He does have a bit of a long neck, we all know, but it is a really nice figure. And if you don't have a Maul in your collection, now is a good time to pick him up.
He was at the store too.
Yeah, a lot of comic shops are going to start getting those now, because now it's their turn to get stuff. Sideshow kind of makes sure that they have enough stock, and then everyone else starts getting it seems like. Also, both versions of Anakin, guys, are now in stock. So if you're interested in the Anakin, great figure. I'll probably be like showing him off in another unboxing in my second Hotline hauls video. A lot of these figures I'll probably put all in a video, just because obviously the quality's better and you'll be able to see more details. But yeah, I'll probably unbox him in a Hotline hauls video, but he's awesome. The Anakin, whether you get him with or without the stap, it's an incredible figure. And guys, it's an in-stock Anakin. Like, this is going to be one of those figures that everyone's going to sit here and cry about the price later, but you have a chance to get a Anakin. It might not be your favorite Anakin. I know, like myself, everybody loves the Revenge of the Sith look, and that's always going to be the best. Oh, puppy.
But I saw yours in person. The sculpts, it's about the same, just shorter hair.
Exactly. It's just basically a modified version of the same sculpt. But guys, if you don't have an Anakin and you want to save some money, this is a great look. It's also very posable because he has the cloth outfit. Yeah. So definitely, if you're on the fence, I could recommend him. I couldn't recommend him enough. I have not put the stap out yet, but I can tell you it's really nice quality. And again, I'll show it off and share more thoughts on it when I do my next Hotline hauls video. But definitely a great figure to pick up, and it's awesome to see that he's in stock already. I'm trying to think if anything else.
Well, just the special edition is right now. The regular one is not.
Right.
Dude, I'm seeing all of these. I saw at the Anakin, the Golden Wonder Woman. That was all.
Yeah, the regular, the regular
Harley.
Are you saying the regular without the stap? Sorry,
no, they both are just special edition right now. I was saying the Golden Armor Wonder Woman.
I got what you're saying.
The Golden Armor Wonder Woman regular is now back in, so it's almost gone, but where it was on waitlist before. So if you're after that one without the 4-foot long wings,
exactly,
this one's available. You can get right now.
Save some room, guys. Like
Lane
can tell you firsthand. He bought it and then he really realized like how massive it was, and he made the decision like it wasn't for his collection. That's
I mean, I didn't even take it out of the box. I was able to see enough of it and see how wide it was, and I just went,
couldn't use the short wings.
Yeah, so these point, though, I'm more focusing my DC stuff though, just like what they were talking about earlier.
I want the other Wonder Woman that's coming out.
Yeah, no Wonder Woman for me, but that one's better for sure.
That one looks really good, and the price point for that being, I mean, because it's so old at this point, but $255 for that one, which I think that's going to be the best regular Wonder Woman figure of them all, because I think them switching to the sculpted hair finally, I think really makes a difference with that one. They're just this is an ungodly amount of figures.
Yeah, right so now. A lot of these we've seen, they've been sitting for a minute, like this Kylo, Endgame Thor,
great
Endgame
figure,
Hulk.
Awesome Endgame Hulk and Thor. And
the Thor's great. The Hulk, I don't like the smart Hulk look at all, so I won't ever buy him.
IG-11, that one's a very great. I was talking about that last night for just the droid figures and stuff.
Great figure. Pennywise, another awesome figure if you guys are horror fans.
Which is good to hear. 12-year-old is more brave than Nate for actually having a clown figure in his house.
That's funny.
I'm gonna make John, you made my day because I am so gonna poke Nate about that. that I'm like, you're not brave enough. A 12-year-old is brave enough and enjoys that figure. You are not brave enough as a grown man to have a Pennywise.
We need as much ammunition against Nate as we can get.
Oh, but
I made a video. I made a video and sent it to the group when she unboxed it. With like how happy she was and excited.
Yeah, Nate's like was just like, "Now get this out of my house, man." I'm like terrified of it. I was just like, "You mean you don't like double-jawed evil clowns?"
I have 2 of them. If he wants to look at both of mine,
I know. I mean, like Nate is just, oh man, I can't wait.
He's gonna have to bite the bullet. He's just gonna have to. He's gonna have to face his fear. Penn said he only wants the wings from the Gold Armor Wonder Woman.
Well, you might be able to bind those eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
This is funny how they have mixed in some things like freaking the Sith Trooper.
I know. There's a bunch of random stuff in stock.
Like Revenant Trooper. Like I'm like, you mean these guys who've been gone forever and probably should just be sold out at this point?
Yeah. Why? I mean,
I've still got. I've got like Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. I'm on the wait list.
Yeah, I am too. That's never going to convert. But no. I just wanted to show this real quick. This is not a hot toy, so don't get too excited. But I thought it was funny that everybody saw this because they were like, "Oh, that sculpt is so good. Is that the hot toy?" At first glance, when you look a little bit closer, obviously it's not. But hopefully, this is a sign that we'll be getting an even nicer figure from Hot Toys soon enough. Because I know you guys have probably seen the trailer if you're interested in this film. Good. But we did see a Black Adam figure from McFarlane. I don't want to promote McFarlane too much because I know people have mixed opinions on them, but very surprising to see a figure of this price point have like an actually decent rock likeness. And that makes me think like if theirs is this decent, like what are we going to see from Hot Toys? I'll be honest, it's not a hard sculpt to do. He's got a pretty smooth face and head because he's bald, obviously. But
do you think that they're going to do this though?
How dare you?
I do. I do think we'll.
I think he's a big enough worldwide star that they'll do it.
Right. I think at the very least, I don't know why I have this tab open.
I mean,
think
at
the very least we'll see him.
They did Electro, and nobody thought they were going to do Electro.
The collector says, "Who has Luke? How good is it?"
So
not Connor.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, the collector
boot. Like boot to the face.
I didn't get him today, unfortunately. I was so excited to open him for you guys. I'm like, I know everybody wants to see this Luke. They probably would appreciate hearing my opinion. But I will say I will save it for next week. I will unbox him next week. No promises that I won't peek in the box before then, but I will unbox it on stream. So you guys can kind of see it and get my thoughts.
You just got to guarantee you will be putting the helmet on his head. That's the one thing
I will be. Guarantee. Yes, Lane.
So if you do that, I think most people will be happy.
Oh, I'm sure he does. The Rock likes money.
The Luke stand though that comes with that is actually really good.
Oh, because
I have mine in a dynamic pose.
It's like a clamshell type thing.
I put mine in a dynamic pose, and it's held there.
Dude, I love everything that comes with that Luke and how he looks. Like I'm really digging that Luke. I just don't collect.
Oh shit! Wow, he actually is holding that pose really well. That's surprising.
Yeah,
that's awesome,
dude. It looks so good.
It's an awesome stand for that.
Outside Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That would be, especially if it's an original trilogy Luke figure. Like, I can't pass on any Lukes. Definitely excited for that one to come in. I can't wait. But yeah, let's finally move on to what a lot of people have been waiting for. We're gonna see Lane fumble with this unboxing here in a second once he turns his camera back on. If you guys are here while we're waiting for Lane, please again drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate the support. Definitely helps. Lets us know that you like what we're doing. But yeah, Lane's gonna be unboxing Jango here in a second. Definitely a really nice figure and one that I think a lot of people will be picking up, especially because the price point is very fair. While we're waiting for Lane, let's actually pull up Jango on Sideshow. Are you about ready, Lane?
Yeah, I didn't have time because I got
look at that angle.
I did not have time to be able to set up some stuff that I was planning to.
So, guys, this is the figure that Lane's about to be opening here. I just wanted to show you the price point of $285, which isn't bad at all for what he comes with. You're about to see. He comes with a lot. And this is kind of like a forgotten price tag at this point for what he comes with. So
yeah, no, this is your standard figure.
Yeah, right? we're gonna give Lane the floor here, and then
okay. So here we have MMS 589 Jango Fett Attack of the Clone version. He is for anybody who's relatively. Thanks, Bob Dylan. Oh God, man, Bob, I'm gonna get you.
He
later.
threw you off.
Yeah. So this one, just in case we have any new collectors or other people here, this is not part of like the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary or something. This guy was announced like like year and a half, almost 2 years ago, when he was coming out.
It's been a minute.
So he's going to have different boxing than you might have seen from the like 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones.
Correct.
So I already made sure to put in my code that I got with this thing into my
so no one can steal it.
Yeah, well, no, just so to make sure in case when I have to cut here or something like that.
They'll scan it right off. I will say they did make those stickers very easy to peel off, so I've just peeled them off of mine and moved them to the side of the box. Guys, I think these codes are 1 per account, so I'll probably end up giving the other 2 away on the stream at some point.
Well, I already added it, so I've got 2 on mine.
I think I was told. I mean, you could let us know that when you try it, but I was told that even though you can add them to your account, you can only use 1. That's what I was told. Maybe. I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't tried. So Sean, that's true.
So that's what I've heard. Also, I haven't used mine yet.
Okay.
But what I have heard is you can put multiple items in your cart. You can put multiple items in the cart, and the 10% will count towards all the items if they go with the code.
Okay. Yep. Guys, accidentally make another account, and then you could use more than 1 code.
Oh, jeez.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so here we have the box.
Django's watching.
Go ahead and do your unboxing. So we'll touch on comments.
Here is the Jango Fett. Obviously, it's got the cigar box here, kind of similar wraparound. Now, this is the part everybody pointed out, which is really nice, is that it comes with 2 jetpacks, the one he used on Geonosis and on Camino, which I was very surprised by, except they both supposed to suck for actually putting on Jango.
Geonosis all the way.
It wasn't terrible. Yeah, I personally like the second one that he has, the second jetpack that's like Boba Fett's jetpack, essentially. But they're both awesome, and I'm glad that it includes both, like you said. Great that you have that option.
I love that they have the facial sculpt on here with the poncho. When I open this up, you guys are going to see all the stuff. So here is Jango kind of a little bit in a more of an action style pose with how he looks and everything. I mean, if this doesn't get you fired up and everything for this figure, just see how he looks right there. I know Boba's the more, the originator, but I actually in some ways actually like Jango's look better because it's shinier and a little bit more. It's not overly chrome like the Chrome Clone Trooper.
Right, he's very shiny.
So here we've got actually, the cover. These artworks we all know. I mean, even the freaking Transport Trooper one looks good. I think I love the action pose here, and just it looks good. These are always, it'd be really cool is if there were like a framing style that was this size. I would probably take so many of these for the figures and stuff, and somehow get them framed or something like that.
Yeah, people actually get those. They get those signed. There was a couple people in the Discord that were having Tamara Morrison. I know one of the guys that I'm friends with in the Discord. He actually had his Cody slipcover signed by Tamara Morrison at Celebration. I thought that was cool.
All right, so this is so you guys can get. I have to put this upside down.
I'm actually sitting here looking at it with Lane.
So you can kind of see.
There you go.
You can see this gives you kind of an idea just from seeing from here, just all the crap that comes with him. Like
so much.
It is a lot of stuff. I'm probably not even going to unbox all this stuff tonight because I'm probably not going to honestly get him fooled around with until this weekend.
Agreed, Penn.
Okay. So here we go. Now, what we're going to do here first. Here is this is not going to be the standard when I would do unboxing thing, where I would be doing this a little bit more. So I'm going to try it. So here you can see. We got the extra hands. We've got both blasters, which are obviously 2 awesome blasters. Fire effect. I'm not even sure I remember exactly what all these are. These are some cables, and I don't even remember all the pieces here. I am a little bit surprised he only has so few extra hands, though. That's the
Yeah.
one thing. He only has the extra hands I've ever seen.
Yeah, I always say we could use more hands with everything. Hands make a lot of difference in your display for the different options.
And here's the poncho. This I don't think I'm ever going to use this poncho unless I do pictures or something. Now here's obviously a little bit of a controversial thing with this character, the head sculpt. Other than if you're doing Jango Fett with his hug fest with Mace Windu.
And what are your thoughts after seeing it in person?
Well, I haven't even had a chance to look at it head on. I'm letting people get a good view here of it first, so you can kind of see it. It's definitely. Let me see if
And not use safe on the insert. That's funny, collector.
Now, looking at it here, because I don't have the best lighting right now for myself, it definitely looks like Tamura, but I think actually for 2002, 2001 Tamura, when he was playing the character, I think this is pretty close to that. But do I think it's necessarily as detailed or as good looking as like some of the other more recent ones that we've had of him as the clones? No. I think those are a little bit better. This is obviously going to be kind of the headpiece he wore when he was piloting Slave One. Yes, Slave One, not Boba's Starfighter or the Spitfire. Fire spray. That's right. I won't call it that. It's a Slave One.
Penn said that the Wii Star blasters are so much better than the Sideshow version, which isn't surprising. I have not seen the Sideshow one in person in a long time. Lane, you got to show us those Wii Star when you get a chance. After you get everything pulled out, you got to show us those Wii Star blasters.
The blasters?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here I was unaware originally this was coming with this, but we do have he'll have his helmet the top part can be removed, so you can get with the ding post Obi-Wan fight or have it clean beforehand. And then before I take the figure out, okay,
you gotta tease them, show them all the lesser stuff first.
Yeah, well, I just want to get this stuff out of the way because the figure is going to be the main thing, and I'm going to pull out probably just do a basic thing with him. And obviously, guys, we don't do this as like a full unbox. You know, if we were doing a full like unboxing stream.
What's up, Summit?
This guy I'm probably for on Facebook can actually take some pictures of and stuff with some of the different stuff. I'm very much usually unbox it and then I put it in my detail shelf. I want it to look.
Right. Just an overview. That's a better way of putting it. It's an unboxing and an overview. It's not a review.
Okay. Here we go. This is what I want.
Agreed.
Okay. Now here's the other awesome stuff. Obviously, we got the base, which is something that is there.
That's usually how the bases are. It's just something there. It's nothing special.
This part got a little banged up here. It's a little pressed in. It's the bottom part here got a little banged in and stuff, so it's making it trying to open
Your
up
box was actually in good shape considering how beat up the shipper was, though. I was glad to see that.
Yeah, I know. Well, for Sean, when I sent him the DT specialist, I didn't have the original shipper anymore, so I had to like pack it. Sean, did the DT spec, did all that crap that I put around it actually work?
Kevin's box is a little ding coop.
Yes.
So, good.
All the paper you put around it actually worked. The box was not damaged.
I am amazed. I put so much crap into that thing. It was ridiculous.
Good job.
So
it made me feel all special that you touched all that stuff and put it in there.
I know. Well, you know, it's not for everybody.
I don't know. I think it would make me feel a little unspecial if Lane touched it.
So here we have which is actually
I did wash my hands.
You guys are just so funny. I forgot to laugh, but
it's because you're too busy to laugh.
Yeah, but I do love this. I just am doing this real quick. You can
actually awesome effect.
Yeah, I didn't attach it in here exactly how it's supposed to go, but
I
think that's so cool that you can do that. Like just taking the extra time. Do that.
I know I mentioned in one of my videos about the 501st doing that, but with the blast effects, and I think so many YouTubers or critic, and not even those people, but online, did that with their troopers. Hot Toys was just like,
actually, I want to show one thing. So we see we've got, as you can see, we have the two effects for the firing of the jetpack. I'm very hesitant for using like these ones on it, because this is what happened to one of my Death Watch Mando.
Oh, I forgot that happened to you.
Yep. This popped in and off. I got to reply. I obviously I did a giveaway with Geeking Out
For your Death Watch, yeah.
Yeah. But I still have this one. I honestly, it just needs to be glued. Yes,
exactly.
But I am probably going to end up like giving this away because I'm sure someone could actually use this extra Death Watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe someone who's like
It's
piecing
just-
together a figure.
Yeah, but anyway, that's one concern I have, and I don't think I'm ever going to use those engine effects or something.
It's crazy how expensive they are.
Yeah.
And then how delicate they are.
Yeah.
That's very
And
true.
then this is obviously his other one. This is the one I'll be using. Now so guys, if you are looking at Jango, this is one difference versus like say you got the Death Watch, or I think you're going to have probably if you have like maybe Bo-Katan coming or some, or you have any of the future Night Owls like Axe Woves or Casca Reeves, they are not going to have this. See these are two attachments you have to. I think the magnet's supposed to be pretty strong. That's on the back here, so you can just have it attached mostly by that.
Yeah,
you're
it
not
is.
fiddling with it or anything too much. But that's this is the way. This was the bane of the Boba Fett's. Doesn't matter which Boba Fett. Any of the older Boba Fett's.
I agree.
Okay. Anyway, I spent way more time. So
Hey, the jetpacks are cool. You got to show off the jetpacks.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fool. Wait, I got too much crap. All boxes. This is the only thing, guys. The one downside: Django's got boxes on top of fucking boxes.
He does. He's very, very stacked release. Like
no, but you got to say, for all that we can complain sometimes with the boxes, and just sometimes when all this stuff is like stacked together, it is pretty amazing how they fit all this crap into the same size box.
Especially like the Clone Wars Mall. That box is insanely small.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks for your patience there. Now we're going to get what everybody actually wants to see here, which is going to be, let me see.
Lucky for Lane, this plastic comes off very easily.
Well, it's not on the boots for one. That's usually
exactly. I hate that plastic, man. We all hate it. Everybody that collects Hot Toys, we hate that plastic.
Getting the Iron Man plastic off was
a
nightmare. So Jango has foam, which is you'll see Lane. He has foam where his wrists are on the pegs, and I think that was way easier to take off than the plastic.
Yeah.
It's like a little foam disc.
Iron Man had foam too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even take the hand off. I just rip it.
This is the only one that's going to be because he's got the dart launcher and stuff.
Watching Lane struggle 101.
I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Gave a heart.
Yeah.
It said Bingo Cat.
Penn said, I hope you appreciate the foam on the wrist. You should, because more figures need to come with that because it makes it so much easier to unbox.
Okay. Let me just see if a little bit. Ooh, wow.
So many.
Is his there's
pleather, pleather under the armor. You hate to see it, love to see it.
Wow, this thing does the arms, the shoulders don't move very
weird because I think I heard that's not there's like a flap under there that isn't accurate to the film.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely say these arms do not. It's sad where I can say, God, the transport trooper crushes the arm articulation.
To be fair, the transport is like very bare bones. He's got very thin clothing, but
so I know it's a little bit of a weird angle, guys. Here, just
so great looking though. Even in that angle and that lighting, man, he just looks so good. Like I love how the light bounces off of that armor.
Yeah, look at how
it looks like a dude in a suit, man.
Yeah, so the chrome is not bad with this. Obviously, here you can see the back where you would attach the rockets. I do like the look here of like his the old west kind of western cowboy feel that you have.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, with this belt area and the concerns about breakdown over time is going to be a major concern, possibly.
For sure.
But honestly, I'm not worrying about like 5 years from now or something like that. Sometimes you just got to get the figure, enjoy it while you have it. I mean, statues can break down. Statues might last longer for the most part, but they can break down everything can break down over time, even your favorite card. But to kind of give you guys a close up here. So you got the armor pieces. I like how this feels. This guy, just by the nature of his armor, looks like he could be, to me, like a die-cast figure. Just seeing his armor here, even though it's all plastic. Like, he gives this kind of feel to me where, like, Boba Fett doesn't. You know, this is one thing I like with the flight. I love the flight suit and everything. I think they nailed that really good. The helmet looks great. Obviously, see the quick. This is actually a thing I'll do a change out real quick because obviously this is easy.
Don't you love how it looks
It's
without
the
it?
Death Watch.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're all Boba Fett's helmet, so you can see there. Obviously, this is articulated and stuff.
Dalton, what's up, man? Jango Fat.
And, well, this is before he became Jango Fat. This is
Yeah, you have to
It
wait.
doesn't show on camera, but I'm seeing him here, and I love the weathering on the helmet too.
Yeah.
And all over the armor and the gauntlets.
Right,
Yeah,
it's very
shiny,
subtle, but it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, guys, so kind of give you an idea here for articulation. He is a little bit limited. This is not a guy. Maybe the head, with the head attached, it's a little bit better. But this is mostly just going to be. I would probably say, would you guys think he might be, or Sean or anybody? Do you think his head articulation is a little bit more limited, even in comparison to some of the Boba Fett's? Because I thought like Death Watch was pretty. You can move the helmet head pretty good, but this one definitely feels a little bit more restrained. Not super bad, but
it feels. It's more like the neck joint is tighter for some reason.
Yeah,
I think Sean's right. I think it is a bit tighter of a joint or in the neck area. I noticed that too when it is the same with the head sculpt. I think because I swapped out the head sculpt and I noticed that immediately. Apparently, this is Jango Thick. That's the name for this guy, Jango Thick.
Okay, so
what's up, Dalton? We're good. Man. How are you?
Obviously, the arms here. So this is the sacrifices we're going to have to make. Obviously, with the articulation for the authenticity, because Jango does have a lot going on with it.
Agreed.
Where you got the tubes and all that stuff. So this is one I'm going to tell you guys. I think, like, what you're moving the hands and stuff like this. I know it's got the plastic here. I'll take this off at some other point. This is a max that I would go moving his arm. Like, if you're going to move him up a little bit this way, but like his arms, you can't move them up. Like, you got to be almost like right here. I think almost for his movement and stuff, maybe a little bit, but because the shoulders here, I guess you can move him out a little bit if you're trying to do a little bit wider with his blaster arc, maybe.
Right, like a side look. You could do like a side pose where he's aiming to the side. Absolutely.
But I'm gonna be very hesitant, trying to pose this guy because of the cables and all that stuff. This feels really tight to me. So
yeah, I think over time, if you have it bent in a position, those cables will loosen up a little bit. But yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah, this is not a guy. This is a guy I'm going to say, get him in a pose, even if it's a dynamic pose. I think he's one you can sit in the dynamic pose.
Bro, you can put him in any pose and he'll look amazing. He's such a nice figure. You can have him standing straight up and down. I don't care. T-pose him, do whatever you want to do. He looks awesome.
But this would be a guy I would say, get him in a pose you like and leave him in there. Like,
agreed.
I wouldn't repose him very much. Okay, so just
Penn says the neck is painted skin, which is new to her for a Star Wars release. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think to mention that. So it does have that like painted skin neck.
I just want to show you guys just what they were talking about. I don't know, it's gonna be a little bit hard, but I think you can make it out a little bit on the top here.
Oh yeah, for sure, we can see it.
Look here. I know it's not exactly. But even with this kind of being a little blurry and stuff, see how you got the shininess here, but just in the top plate right there, like right there,
right?
On the light plates here,
it's
even
subtle.
with this blurry, see the subtle whether this is a guy. Why he obviously maintains his armor because it's the key to his life, but he's seen and been on boggy worlds or dirty places and stuff, and
he's
just
getting
worked
around
in the underworld. So just those subtlings, that's what I really like because it's shut. But you see, or just you can even make it out just right along here on the outside.
Yeah,
some of what
it's all over the plates.
Yeah, but I just noticed here that this was showing up really easy on the camera that you can see that. So anyway, I'll put Jango to the side here for a second because I want you to be able to see the blasters because these are obviously probably other than the backpack and stuff, the thing people are. If you're going to pull out anything, it's going to be these
for sure. Mm-hmm.
So here's a good look. Let me see if we can get this back in focus a little bit. But the blasters look great, like the painting on this and everything. They look like they look like they go. I mean, they really do look here like they match up perfectly with the armor.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they look good.
And let me see here real quickly.
Yeah, so you'll see what I mean about the holster. It feels good once it gets in there. It's nice and snug.
Yeah, I feel that here.
Yep, and then
a lot of people.
Some of the better holsters, in my opinion.
I was gonna say a lot of people with this flight suit, they're like, "Oh, it's blue, it's purple." On your cam, it looks blue here, but like in person, it's like a plum. So I know there's debate on that.
It's blue for sure.
I do like.
You're calling this blue, dude? On there, I got them right here in front of me. I think it's purplish.
It's like in between in between a blue and a purple.
Yeah, it's a blue.
Yeah, like a violet color.
So here,
I just said that to get on your nerves.
I figured.
But here, so you can see now them in the holster and stuff. They go. These fit in really. This is the 180 of the effing transport trooper holster.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These holsters are great. I think the fitment's awesome.
And I think their attachment. This is the other thing though. He can't really move his legs very much. He's restricted at least forward. Back, I'm just so they can get a chance to see some of the.
Yeah, I think it's the nature of the armor. Yeah. Dalton says he got the solo film Captain Marvel today. Congrats, man. That's an awesome figure. I still have to pick it up. I've seen it in person, but I still have to pick that one up.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
Is anybody in chat have this guy coming, or are you guys considering getting him? Is this helping at all? Getting to kind of see him here live and
right.
I mean, obviously
tipping you over the edge.
Yeah, just just as kind of a basic. Well, you already got him though, unless you're buying 2, and Sean probably got 5 of them coming. Just kidding, Sean. Just kidding. But yeah,
I know Penn was saying that she wanted another one. He said the blasters are super snug fit in the holsters. Very tight, but I didn't feel like exactly. Yeah, it wasn't.
They're
the
easy
Mando
to pull out, but they fit in.
Right, the Mando holster is nice, but I do agree if you push it in too much, it does feel like you might damage it over time, or possibly damage it at the point of contact. Who knows?
Yeah, just so you get a chance to see some of
very shiny, Dalton. Very shiny.
So you can see some of the other parts. Like this one, I probably will never take out again. There are just some of these little pieces that I know I just like and go, nope, not going to be using those.
Yeah, I may use that one eventually because I love the scene when he's fighting Obi-Wan and he pulls out the blades. I may use that eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
But, Sean said he sent pictures of the armor through Messenger.
Oh, let me see.
Obviously, most of them have the cable.
Yeah, that's probably what the R2's coming with, right? That kind of cable.
Yeah, that one I will never be taken out.
Right.
Because that'll just get lost. I nearly lost, what was it? I had one of these for my other figures recently, and I almost lost it. Just a couple of the extra pieces he comes with. A lot of these I don't use. For me, it's really about the jetpack and the blasters, and then that's all I need.
For sure.
But just so you can see the last thing here for the hands, but this will be it. And then we're going to go to Transport Trooper. Obviously, we got the blaster hand. We got a fist. And I think it's another blaster hand and fist.
Sean, is it?
Let
me see.
Yep.
Hey, what's up?
Blaster. I was going to say, is it still loading? Because I'm not seeing any pictures.
Let me see here.
So this is just real quick so you can get another view. This is the poncho.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Don't even get me started, Penn. Hey. You already know I want that Obi-Wan. I know you do too.
We all want a lot of stuff, guys.
Hey, I think it's important to note too on Jango that the leg armor is Velcroed, but the chest armor is actually pinned into it. So don't try and pull off the armor because it's pinned into the vest.
Good point.
It's not Velcroed in.
Yeah, don't damage your chest armor.
Yeah, the back armor is Velcroed, so you can take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help with attaching the?
Yes, it does.
Rocket pack.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
And the belt and stuff is Velcro too. So if you want the belt, just so you guys can see too, the belt here has Velcro thing. So if you want to use some 303 grease or something like that to help with the belt, you can easily remove it from. Now, I thought, or maybe I'm thinking of a different figure. I thought someone was saying, "Oh, the pleather here, right at the top of the chest." That might be one concern. Long term, is if there's
bending the arms drastically over time. Yeah, it could be a concern for sure.
Yeah, this is one, guys. That this is what my suggestion.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, you can kind of do some poses like this, but I wouldn't like. This is as far as I would feel comfortable almost going up with the arms. Obviously, you can move them around sideways and stuff to get some more dramatic blaster poses, or if you're using his flamethrower effect or something like that. But overall, for look and everything, which is what Hot Toys is supposed to do, this figure I think is an awesome one. Like this is a great figure. I'm gonna actually leave the blasters in here because I'll be filling around with him this weekend to get him set in some poses. And this is for $285. This is a figure I don't think you can go wrong with. However, if you're not a Boba fan, like this guy, for me, the reason I decided I had him pre-ordered for like over a year and I canceled him because I just didn't think he was going to fit in my collection. Like I couldn't figure out what I was going to put him with, but eventually why I decided to keep him and get it, like pre-order him again and get him this time was because I am getting the Boba Fett on Throne and I'm getting the Fennec. And so I'm planning for Jango here. He's going to be going kind of like behind Boba in the throne. And I think I'm going to have him kind of almost like at this kind of angle, like he's looking kind of almost over his shoulder with his blasters up and everything. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Like I said, this guy I was worried about with all the armor pieces and stuff posing him, but he's going to be in kind of a little bit of an action pose, but it's almost supposed to be like a memory of Boba, like thinking of his father and stuff.
Yeah, that could work for sure.
So he'll be like behind the throne while Boba's sitting in like on it. And so that's where I figured out he could work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be a while. I'm going to have to get the Boba throne first, and that's a ways off.
Yeah, that is a ways off. I'm excited for that too. Dalton says, wouldn't the armor magnetized be better in the long run? I don't know if you mean like as far as it holding on to the figure or what, or if it's going to cause damage. I'm not sure. Could you like elaborate on that? I'm going to pull up the photos that Sean sent over because he took some awesome photos to show off the weathering in a little bit better detail. Let me see.
Wow,
the jetpack's got like a magnet in the back. It still has the hooks, but
yeah, it's got a hook and the magnet. I'm using both on mine, but you don't have to. So you can see some great weathering here on the gauntlet. Shoulder, really good weathering here, which makes sense that it would be on the shoulder portion. Again, like Lane was saying, it's very subtle, but it's definitely noticeable.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely say, for me at least, I mean, it's going to be hard when we have to say for like a figure of the year candidate, because by the end of the time we get to this year, there are going to be so many crazy Star Wars figures.
Though. It's a contender.
Yeah, this guy would probably say, I think and I don't like necessarily always even comparing like Marvel to DC versus Star Wars, because there can be a lot of different. I mean, like if I was even comparing this guy to, I don't know, the Batman DX19, because I think that is a perfect representation of Christian Bale Batman.
For sure, yeah.
But if I'm trying to look at it as a figure, I'm willing to bet overall I probably would say the posability of that thing is going to be less than this guy. And we were just talking about how this guy may have this guy is probably, in comparison even to other Mando figures and stuff, he's probably going to be one of the, if we get like Bo-Katan and stuff, I think the nature of their outfits are going to make it where we compare him to them at the end of the year. We're going to say they're like, if you want a posability, Jango Fett is not the Mando figure you should necessarily look for.
For sure. But he looks amazing, though. So,
but he's going to be
about shelf presence.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a top 5. I'm going to say Star Wars Hot Toy figure by the time we get there. He should be. I don't know if he's going to. I think he's going to be a number 5, number 4 for me, because there are some ones, man, that like that Boba on Throne and stuff like that. I think that one's going to be amazing.
If it even releases this year, who knows? Dalton said the constant. Oh, I see. So Dalton said the constant removal of Velcro could wear out over time. Yes, it could. I think they're more so saying like for the first time putting it on, you could pull that back plate off and stick it on. But yeah, definitely don't do stuff. Anything with these figures that you do in excess over time with some of the more sensitive materials that they use could cause issues for sure. But yeah, let's just finish up going over these photos, and then I will unbox the Transport Trooper
in all its glory.
In all its glory. Great detail here in the chest plate, especially.
Yeah, just where I was talking about it along the top there and everything, you can see it great.
For sure. Again, the gauntlets look awesome too. Love the weathering on the gauntlets. And I will say, I love how the gloves fit into the gauntlet. If you guys own the Hobo Boba, as we like to call them, the 2-pack, or even the single release of the Mando Boba. Bird poop Boba. I'm sure you guys noticed that the gloves fit very poorly inside the gauntlet, so it's kind of awkward to pose the hands. This one, I don't think is the case. I think the gloves fit a lot better. And I will say, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the past few Hot Toys releases that I have received, it seems like the hands are a bit softer, so it's easier to open them up to fit a blaster or something in them, which is a very welcome change in my opinion. It seems
other than like Cody.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot better for sure. But yeah, appreciate Sean giving us these photos because it makes it a lot easier to see this. Quick thinking from Sean. Great in the leg area too. It looks awesome, which is where you would expect to see a lot of weathering too.
All you guys just make me feel like I was slow to the party, finally getting this in.
You were. All right.
Here
we go, guys. The main event.
Yep.
The main event, the Transport Trooper.
Just to put it in context here, Connor. Just to put it in context, when I did my unboxing of the Hot Toy, the Transport Trooper on Monday, mine was the number 3 of the 3 on things getting unboxed because we also did Obi-Wan, Revenge of the Sith, and
oh yeah, you're competing with too much fire there.
Yeah, I got barbecue.
I'm sure. Let me close this out so it doesn't ping in your guys' ears. But all right. So again, guys, I have opened this one already, but we're going to kind of re-unbox it for you all since Luke didn't work out and I wanted to show you guys something. Let me touch a couple comments here. Personally, I think 2-pack Boba is going to be hard to beat. Yeah, I agree. I do think Jango as a single figure, though, is very strong. But we got more coming out, so we got to wait and see, really. Agreed, Dalton. It's much better than that 2-pack for sure. And some other figures that have gauntlets. Like some of the Boba Fett's aren't as good either. But all right, let's get to the unboxing. Very standard box. It does have the little cigar wrapping, as we like to call it. You can see my box showed up in pretty good condition, thankfully. It's always nice. I'm not a huge box snob, but look at my fingerprints on the back. I'm sweaty. I'm sorry.
Wait, I thought your AC was fixed.
It is. I'm just a sweaty man. What can I say? I really dig the slip cover on this one. I love this. I always love when they do this like little like I don't even know what to call that, like a fire effect. I wish, man. There's no Bill Burr under there, unfortunately. I will show you guys what the helmet looks like taken off because I know a lot of people are curious because they want to put custom sculpts and/or the Mando season 2 sculpt on it. So I will show you that. But that's what the slip cover looks like. Pull that off, throw it on the ground like I always do. Not much to him, guys, as far as what he comes with. I like to show everybody with the clamshell, but there's not much to him. I did go the extra mile to put the original hands back on it.
Hey, you can still say he's got as many hands as Jango.
Hey, don't do Jango like that. He has a little bit.
I'm just saying that's a plus. It's got as many hands.
That's true. Very true. Here he is with the top clamshell taken off. Again, not much to him. You can see we got 6 hands and a blaster. That's it. But still, I do think it's a really cool figure. This is a cool blaster, too. I love the blaster that he comes with. It's a nice change up from the typical Empire. Man, and we're focusing instantly today. I like that. I dig that a lot. You can see nice little details here. No complaints there. I like the little subtle weathering on the grip as well. I think that looks really nice. So no complaints there. Dig that for sure. And then, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Because he comes with 2 different, both sides blaster hands, blaster holding hands, I might grab another blaster and have them dual wield and be stupid with it. I think that's really cool. Let me see if I can get it to focus on
Do
one.
what
So
you like.
See, look at the details on that glove. Really nice. I really dig the sculpt on these, and I love that little like lip there of where the glove kind of comes in. It's really cool. Agreed. I agree with that, Summit. I really like to see them actually going the extra mile and putting some weathering and such on the blasters. It adds so much life to them, because you guys know with a black plastic blaster, if you don't add some detail, it's so lifeless. Sean knows this more than anybody. He has so many troopers. I'm sure he agrees. Like, if you don't add weathering or something, it's lifeless, in my opinion. Same gloved hands, but these are fisted hands, excuse me. I do wish...
you fisted, huh?
Oh, God. We got to get Lane out of here, guys. We got to get him out of here.
Boot him.
Yeah, he's about to get booted.
Hey, at least the fists are gloved. At least they're gloved.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You guys need to stop it. Hey, that is true, though. Guys, we're no stranger to this base. Very basic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't dislike it. Hey, it's not, guys, it's
Even
not
Jango's
the
is
sand
basic.
base. It's not the ugly footprint sand base. So as long as we don't get that, I'll take it.
That's what I
do-
said. I just like the metal name plaque.
Yeah, I do hope that that Hot Toys switches it up with these bases soon. It is getting tiring seeing the same ones.
They're starting to do the diorama stuff though more.
Yeah, which is good to see. This is just a normal crotch grabber that you get with this guy, which I'm a fan of. I prefer the crotch grabbers. I don't like the waist grabbers, and I don't often use the
Call it a
flight
ball
stands.
tickler.
Dynamics. Stands.
Yeah, you guys got to keep up with chat.
We're just doing everything possible to be super family friendly here towards the latter half.
Exactly. We're definitely
Dalton
not
said,
family
"I'm
friendly."
glad I wasn't going to be alone on the fist joke." LOL.
But yeah, guys, I mean, look, if you like the Mud Trooper, you're going to dig this one. He's got a lot of components of the Mud Trooper. I will show you guys the holster. I know Lane's not a big fan of it, and I'm not really either. But being that it's similar to the Mud Trooper, you know you're going to get great detail in the boots with like the mud and such. I think they look awesome.
Now, wouldn't you say one thing that you may need to be careful of, because I know with mine and stuff, is with the right here where it touches and stuff, those shin guards, like they long term could scratch up the boot.
Mm-hmm. Mine actually out of the box has like a wrinkle there from it, but the Mud Trooper ones are even sharper. I know Sean knows, like it's very sharp on the Mud Trooper ones because it's almost like a cracked effect at the bottom. So you got to be very careful with that. Yeah, very.
One thing to point out.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, a couple chats. The Somo said, I think that's how you say it. I don't know how to say the name. Rather have that base than the footprints. And you got the Remnant Trooper, trying to think who else comes with that pistol.
Yeah, I do have the Remnant Trooper. I don't currently have him displayed with it, so I'm not sure if he comes with that pistol, but I think you're right. I do think you're right. But yeah, guys, I really dig this figure. It's very basic. Look, if you're looking for something flashy, you're not getting that with this trooper. It's very bare bones. But I do think he looks nice. I love the material on the belt.
Hey, something real quick, too, that makes it easier. If a lot of people are looking just to army build, but they don't want all the helmets, go find your own 1/6 head sculpts, remove the helmet, and just put it on there. Maybe get like goggles or something to put over their eyes, and you got something else.
Dude, you can get a custom sculpt yourself.
True. You definitely could. I've seen people do that, make themselves a trooper.
Now, one thing...
Go ahead, Lane. I'm just showing myself.
One thing, the only thing I have with this trooper that I don't like, if you try and move one of the arms and bend it into maybe just straight head, like at the elbow shooting pose, is that the material for the jacket or the main armor suit has a tendency to roll up, like if you're bending it at the elbow and stuff. So you can sometimes see like the edge of the arm underneath and stuff.
Yeah. So a tip that I have for that to try to alleviate that a little bit is you pinch the fabric and then pose. It definitely kind of helps try to alleviate that as much as possible. But I do see what you're saying.
Great technique.
We do have almost full 90 on the arms. I know the shoulder armor kind of limits that a little bit because it's touching the upper portion, but I mean, I can't complain about that. And then
the legs are great for the most part.
You can't ask for much more than that. You can almost kick himself in the ass, so you really can't ask for much more than that. But guys, I have been told by I don't know if you guys are familiar with Monica Du from Hong Kong, who always helps us with the early release information. But he did confirm that he was able to pull this neck connector off and put a third-party head sculpt. So for people like me who bought this to make a Mando Transport Trooper custom, I'm happy to say that it is possible.
I think I told you that too.
You might have. I just didn't. I hadn't spoken to anyone who has actually done it, and he actually told me just the other day that it was possible.
I have to say that I love the weathering on the chest armor and everything. I think I don't expect any less, but I think it still looks like Hot Toys at least put in a decent amount of effort for a figure who's still at the bottom of the barrel for being ordered from Sideshow.
The details are great, man. Like we like to talk about weathering on this channel because we all appreciate it, and like there's no shortage of weathering on this guy. And the helmet looks awesome too.
I think the coloring for the helmet here actually looks cooler than the Tank Commander.
I think I'm getting them both, but I do think this is the stronger one just based on how he looks.
Well, I think overall for the armor, I think the tank, because I own Tank Commander already. I pre-ordered him day one. I think the Tank Commander maybe overall is a better figure because it has a lot of the armor pieces for the Short Trooper. And to me, my only problem with this figure is, for whatever reason, the material and the jacket and stuff feels kind of cheap to me in comparison to some other Hot Toys, including
it's thin.
Short
it's
Trooper.
very thin. That's a good, like, the pants feel fine, but the jacket's thin.
Which makes some sense, I think, because these transport troopers, while they have some armor and stuff, they're not a front line kind of trooper like the Shore Troopers or stuff are supposed to be. You know, they're not doing the same job.
Penn said he wants the Hot Toys to release R2 with the human sand footprint base.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all hoping for.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Let me show you guys something real quick so I can show you what I mean about these hands. I'm telling you, I don't think I'm crazy. Like, look at this. Very minimal effort, watch.
Yeah, they were easy to stick the blaster in. It was crazy.
And that's been like that with the past few releases. Like, this is the type of stuff that I personally want to see. More hands, don't get me wrong, but like, that's a good, like, quality of life change. My camera's just on point focusing today.
You think that'll, like, crack the paint over time on the inside, though?
Don't sit there and do that all the time, but how often are you going to be putting a blaster in their hand? You know what I mean? But I will say, the paint on Hot Toys, believe it or not, it's very durable. It is very durable. I've never, ever, all the figures I've owned, I've never cracked paint before.
Yeah.
Right.
The finger game strong.
Kev said the Jango head sculpt doesn't look that good standalone, but once you put it on the body, it brings it out. The features more.
I agree, Kevin. Yeah. I think it definitely helps a lot when you put it on the body, and it kind of completes the overall.
And the headset. I like the headset on it.
Yeah, the headset's nice. We looked at the pictures the one stream with the headset, and I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm throwing my transport.
After seeing it, you know, he looks good in person, and you can really get a feel for the paint apps and stuff. That definitely always helps in camera. You can't really see that detail unless somebody's taken like a high quality photo of.
Well, I definitely have to say this Transport Trooper, it is absolutely not a necessary figure, but if you're collecting a lot of the Mando line, that's your primary Hot Toys focus or something, or if you're getting the Crow Mando, I think this guy might be a person to consider. He is, I think, even though he probably had a super, super, super low production run. I think he's going to be sitting for quite a while. So he might be something the holiday season or something. If you're considering something that's not too expensive, I think he might be a good purchase.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to show you guys. I put them in a quick pose because we like to do that when we unbox so you can get an idea of what they're going to look like. Let pull myself.
Danny G says the blasters haven't fit in there since Cody.
Yeah, so
and they need to fix the clone hands. I agree though, because like even the 501st with the artillery gun, and
they didn't have the right hands.
With that. That's my that's my favorite style.
You got to have the right freaking hands with it, man.
And it's kind of lodged.
Yeah. Sideshow
weird. I mean,
Sideshow made one that fit in that hand.
Yeah,
which I thought was awesome.
I still have
Sideshow did it
in there, but.
Dalton, best advice I have for you, man, is just to
Facebook groups.
Right, go on Facebook. Ask. Excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought. Go on Facebook. Make a post saying you're looking for, and then just have people reach out to you and see who offers you the best price. That's the best advice I can offer. Don't feel like you have to run to eBay. eBay is always going to be the highest of the high when it comes to pricing. So don't feel like you have to run to eBay. Don't get discouraged. Try to be as patient as you can. And trust me when I say it, a lot of these figures can be found for fair prices. You just have to be patient and know where to look. There's a lot of great Facebook groups, 16 Republic, BST, Tashi Station. Groups like that have a lot of deals to be had. You just have to know where to look, and you have to be patient and catch them at the right time. I've
seen Macari sometimes,
not
all the time. But if you throw some people a deal, they'll bite.
For sure. And also, since Summit is here, he's actually a moderator in the Hot Toys Reddit. We always put them in our description of every video. They also have a BST thread in there that they put up every month. So that's another great place where you can find some deals. So if you're on Reddit, definitely check out the Hot Toys subreddit because they have a lot of great information in there. And maybe you can find some deals in their monthly sales posts.
Hey, on the Transport Trooper, on that episode in Mandalorian Season 2, if you see some of them in the background, they're carrying that E10 blaster that the Mud Troopers had in Solo. Mm-hmm. And so when they announced this, I was actually disappointed that it didn't come with that. Because I was hoping it would come with the E10 blaster because they had them like inside, even in the cafeteria, in the chow hall.
Yeah.
You know, one of the transport troopers
basic
that there.
They just
And that's such a nice blaster too. I have actually, like I said, I have one Mud Trooper, but that's such a nice blaster. It's such a shame.
I have.
If you got multiples, you have it.
Well, because I got the Stormtrooper Commander. Actually, here, let me show you. So we can finish off with the maybe more involved.
Yeah.
Figure.
Yeah. But, we'll close out with Lane's thoughts.
Yeah. It's funny with the.
Dude, you got to do like a title card that's like Lane's thoughts with clouds and stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
You need an intro too.
We need Lane's advice. That was what we wanted to do. Lane's life advice.
Yeah, Lane's thoughts.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Darth Vader and his hand just flew off. So
I'll take it. You're selling them now, right?
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's what happens. The moment it leaves his hand from the unboxing, he's like, "Cool, going up for sale."
Yeah, I got to see it in person. Let it go.
Well, I have with the because this is my tank, my Stormtrooper squad leader, commander, whatever. But the tank commander, I actually have wielding the blaster that normally comes with the short troopers with him. But this guy,
a great figure.
Yeah, well, this guy is a little bit more customized.
Oh, he's got a T-21. Yeah, this is the one you put the backpack on, right? Yeah.
That looks dope.
He's got a Jedha Patrol.
He looks awesome. T-21 is one of my favorite blasters, too. So
I'm someone who saw this when I did this offered me like $300 for it because they're like, I'll take the Trooper, man, because I don't want to spend like $500 on a Jedha Patrol.
And you said
no.
No way.
Yeah. I was just like, no. But so because that guy actually comes with a ton of blasters, which is kind of amazing. But this guy, I put his extra E11 with the tank commander.
Very cool. Yeah,
so I think on that backpack.
No, it doesn't have the antenna.
That's one of those pieces everybody breaks, like the BB-8 antennas.
I could have bought it separately, but somebody wanted like, I don't know, $70 or $80 for it, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't need it. I just wanted the backpack. I love the backpack.
Lane, Danny wants to know where you were able to get the backpack from.
I actually got it from what do you call it? You know, Zach, who runs Collecting Weekly. I bought it from him for like, I don't know, I think $40, $50.
Yeah, Danny, that's another place. Like, make a post on Facebook. That's another thing you can make a post on Facebook.
No, trying to find that backpack is hard, man. Like, you rarely see these.
No one wants to sell it by itself.
Yeah, this guy in the blaster too. This blaster is one of the more annoying blasters. The only weapon I've been searching for that I can't find, like just trying to buy secondary by itself, that I can never find. I want the stupid assault rifle that comes with the original Rogue One Death Troopers and the Death Trooper Specialist Deluxes. That's a blaster I want.
Don't we all? That's one we're all hunting down. All right. Does anybody have any closing thoughts before we close out here for the night? Any words of wisdom?
Yeah, it's tough being great.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, and check out Collecting Madness, as always. We like to give him a shout-out before we end out. His channel is in the description, as well as our Facebook group, Instagram page, the Star Wars Memorabilia and Lore Discord. If you like Star Wars and you're on Discord, definitely hop in there. And we also talk about Marvel and such when it comes to Hot Toys, so definitely come in if you're a fan of Discord. We really, really appreciate Sean being on. Yep. Hopefully he'll join us more often. We liked having you on, Sean. You have a great insight on a lot of things because of how great your collection is.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate you coming out. Dalton said, give me more patience for man. Hopefully soon we'll be seeing Bo. She's definitely due soon.
Supposedly we might be seeing soon. We're gonna Dark Trooper might be coming. So that is a figure I am interested in. Just
me too.
To see how it gets put together, because it's definitely one of the probably least important troopers we got coming from Star Wars the rest of the year.
Sure.
But I think for engineering and seeing the figure, that could be the most interesting. One of the more interesting. See how well it is put together.
For sure. Danny,
thank you so much, man.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you coming out. We are happy to have you.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't have an announcement or... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm kind of surprised we haven't had an announcement or a release this week yet.
Me too. I've been staying up watching my phone, and I'm like,
I thought Miles...
Hey, watch you end this again, and one comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
Last stream we ended 15 minutes later. They dropped the freaking.
It wasn't even 15 minutes.
Yeah, probably not even
10 minutes.
I was so mad. I'm like, dang, we could have been one of the first people to talk about it. But hey, guys, if that happens, sorry we didn't make it to the release. But we'll talk about it next week. Whatever drops this week, we'll talk about it next week.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about next week. And again, we'll have more unboxings. I don't know if Lane or anybody else will have anything. I know Chris has something he wants to show off.
I probably will have Ahsoka.
Okay, great. Yeah, Ahsoka's awesome. And we haven't unboxed her on stream yet. And I will have Luke. I promise next week, guys, I'll have Luke. But
we're gonna have to have Queen of Canterbury Cup, like see who gets to go first and is the centerpiece there.
We're gonna make you go first every time.
Old school 19th century British Canterbury rules.
Yeah, Jane Foster, Dalton, definitely need Jane Foster. But anyways, that's gonna conclude our time here. There's a longer stream, but I had a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely.
Again, if you're watching the VOD, if you didn't make it out to live, thank you for checking out the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank you for coming out to Hot Toys Hotline. We will see you next week on Thursday. Have a great night, everybody.
Take care, everybody.